Hey everybody, welcome to another episode number 6 of Tomb of Annihilation. I am here with my uh, friendly tabletop crew, starting with on the right hand side of the screen, Patsy. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Paladin and still struggling with the fact that she's a tiefling.
Extremely faithful.
Annoyingly faithful.
Uh, Tom 2T. Who are you tonight?
Most of the time, I am Tom. Tonight, I'll be playing Aza Autumnleaf. She's a little gnome with bright orange and red and yellow hair, just like the color of the autumn leaves. And she is a druid. She is discovering things that she can change into all the time in this new land of Chult.
Excellent. Brad.
Yes, I have to get back to my voice. I'm Red Stoutfist. I'm a dwarf. Cleric. What else were we supposed to say?
That's good enough.
That's about it.
Not the kind of cleric that helps sick people.
I'm a war cleric, damn it. I kill people.
And James.
Hi, I'm James. I'm playing Jarvis, the Triton fighter barbarian, fightarian, I think.
Fightarian.
A bit of a moody fighter barbarian. I don't know what else to say.
Fair enough. And finally, Tom.
Hey there. My name's Arrogim, or Tom, if I'm not in character. And I play our resident lockpicker, our illusion maker.
Thief.
I'm not a thief, damn it. At least not to your knowledge, old man. Yeah, that's all you need to know about me.
Excellent.
In any case, that's all you're getting.
Well, and I am Lauren. I am your DM for the evening. Yeah, it is time to dig in to a little bit of D&D here. Let's talk about what happened last time. Basically, you guys survived. That was kind of the big deal. You had stumbled into a valley of sorts that was not particularly friendly. Had some pretty terrible creatures in it that wanted to destroy you, and yeah, you survived the night there. You took on the creature. You rescued a few people, and at the break of dawn, you found your way out of the valley. And yeah, that kind of brings us current to where we are now, which is on my computer loading the map. This map takes a little while to load, apparently. So, as you are exiting this valley, let's maybe talk about that for a moment. What would you all be thinking at this point, having survived the night, and being in pretty rough shape? What are you looking for at this point? What are you wanting to do?
Rest.
Rest and then get on down to the next camp.
How did we end up getting out of this valley?
Climbed back over the...
Aza spider climbed along the wall and carried a rope to the other side, then tied it off so everybody could pull themselves across.
Yeah.
And where exactly are we picking up? Like right after we cross that, or have we pass time? Or...
Well, that's a great question. If anybody has anything they would want to do right then, we absolutely can deal with that. Otherwise, we can pass a little bit of time and kind of move you forward.
So we have the crazy dude, Rana, and Foley with us. Is that her name?
Yeah, you've got...
Didn't Rana stay in the village?
No.
I think she came with it. No, we got everyone to leave the Valley of Despair.
Well, you know what? We never actually really quite dealt with that. That might actually be a great question to kind of deal with here, because you had left her at the tower. Remember, there was kind of a tower up in the tree and another guy that she had found. I think you mentioned that you had gone back to see her after, but I don't know. Had you decided to try to get her to leave with you? Was that definitely part of what you wanted? Okay.
I think we did. Yeah.
All right.
Sounded like that was the discussion.
All right. Perfect. Well, let's definitely say that happened then. Let's see. I'm just pulling.
Oh, and we have Volo with us. Oh, that little twerp.
Yeah, you do. You have Volo with you, and you've got some other... I'm pulling up who you still have left alive with you here.
I mean, we wouldn't want to be responsible for losing Volo, would we?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, you've got Rana, you've got Villy, and you've got Bax still with you.
Bax?
Oh, not Bax. I'm sorry, not Bax. Bax is
That was a very tragic
I think.
No, you're right. You only have Rana and Villy.
No, that was.
Bax was the crossbow girl who
and
died.
the scout. Yep.
Okay.
Correct. All right. Yeah. So let's pass a little bit of time. I think kind of you get to some safety here, and my guess is the very first thing you'll want to do is take a long rest. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a safe guess.
I think go ahead and give yourselves a long rest. I think that is perfectly fair.
Thank Lathander.
Let's see.
Uh,
Off.
Lolo, I was wanted to ask you, what were you even doing out here? What's your business?
Yeah, he will kind of puff himself up a little. Well, of course, I am something of a connoisseur of the world and the creatures in it, but I cannot say that I had intended to be out here. I was kidnapped by bandits who brought me to this hellhole of a place.
And what were you doing when you were kidnapped?
Well, I was here in Chult to document the creatures of the jungle, of course.
Find anything good?
He'll pull out a book that he has in his backpack, and kind of start thumbing through it a little bit. And I have nothing but good things in here. All creatures that I or my workers have found in the jungles, in the world, data and information on every creature, both small and large, known to mankind.
Right.
You got dragon turtles in there?
I have dragon turtles, and he'll start thumbing through, and he'll open to a page, and one page has a picture of a dragon turtle on it, and it's
you mind if I
drawn.
borrow this for a moment?
He will pull it back, but I cannot just hand over my life's work in such a simple manner. No. I do have a small network of scribes who do transpose my notes and distribute them throughout the realm. If you would like a copy of my notes, I'm sure that something could be arranged back in
really, I
court.
just want this page for just this one page.
I don't think I could part with it.
Fair enough. There's people in Chult being harassed by Chult in Port Naranzaru. They're being harassed by a dragon turtle, and that knowledge might go a long way toward helping those people.
He's going to nod. Let me see here. What is? Oh, there's a name for that dragon turtle. Let me see. I just have to remember what he is called. And it's in here somewhere, but I'm not finding it. He actually would know some things about it, is really where I was going with that. He has actually been collecting some of the legends and things, so he would actually know some of the story. And I just am trying to find where that creature is in all of the notes here. Because, of course, there's a lot of notes.
That wasn't one of the. Are we talking about one of the racing dinosaurs or different?
No, the
this is-
dragon turtle.
Oh, that's thing swimming out in the.
Yeah, that we had to carry the boats to avoid.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Or boat.
Let's see. There is a dragon turtle named... of course, that does not tell me. Well, there is a dragon turtle. He has been there for a long time in this Bay of Chult. He has a kind of an accord set with the merchant princes. And they have created a system whereby he accepts a toll from passing ships that he will set based on what he believes the value of the ships are. And if people don't pay that, then that's when there's trouble. But otherwise, he lets shipping pass, and he amasses a hoard of treasure in the bay where he lives. So he's kind of set that up. He's a little
Right,
bit of a
that's,
legend.
Sorry.
Keep going ahead.
All right, that's pretty much what the locals know. So I'm glad you learned nothing.
Well, if Volo would just share his one page of his book with me, that would be very helpful.
Oh, I thought he just did, like verbally.
I mean, like, he would definitely tell you that, but he has not handed you...
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So, like, what are you looking for, Jarus?
I tried to persuade him by putting the good of the many people in Port Nyanzaru that are being afflicted by this dragon turtle. Persuade him to maybe just share a little bit of information from this one page of his vast book.
Like, I mean, I think he might be willing to talk with you about it. Like, he's not going to hand over his book. So
Okay.
if there's something kind of specific that you want to know about dragon turtles, you absolutely can have a conversation with him about that.
How do you kill a dragon turtle? The best way.
He's going to launch into kind of a long discussion of, well, I've heard legends of, and like he'll start telling stories, and like this one time there was a dragon turtle that I spent 2 months with, living in his shell, and stuff like that. And, like, he just kind of keeps going. Eventually, it's going to kind of wind around, and he'll be like, I mean, as an Auckland, I'm sure you would know that there's very little to be done against a dragon turtle other than just fight it. They are very strong, tough sorts of creatures with natural armor from the shell, and they can be quite vicious with their biting and attacks and their vicious claws. But generally, they are wise creatures that can be reasoned with.
You lived inside of a dragon turtle shell.
Yes. It was a
How'd you get
fascinating.
inside?
Well, of course, the dragon turtle let me in.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is total BS, right? Like, there is no way that he lived inside of a turtle shell.
So, like when you were inside of the turtle shell, like, is there just like an air bubble in there? How'd you, you said 2 months, I think, right? Or was it 7 months?
No.
I get my 2s and my 7s because they both,
No, 2 months definitely. No, I stayed in there, and when he would submerge, there was air trapped in the top, and I would stay near the top, up near his head, actually, and we had many long conversations. Of course, they only speak Aquan and Draconic, and I'm of course fluent in both of those, especially the Draconic. And we spent much time in deep conversations. Dragon turtles are fascinating creatures.
Well, I suppose thank you, Volo, for your guidance.
But of course, he'll be silent for a moment. I say there, Aquaman, if you can, if you and your group can get me back to Port Nyanzaru safely. You seem interested in my book. You seem very capable of handling yourselves. I would absolutely 100% be willing to hand over this book and my copy of it, and you can have all of the information contained therein about any creatures that you might find here in the jungles of Chult or elsewhere in your travels. He'll lean in. My amassed knowledge is worth more than its weight in gold.
I sort of turned to look at the rest of the party, see if they were listening to any of that.
Well, I'm pretty sure Galia was very closely listening to all of it.
Just
I don't
kinda-
think we could miss it. Valo is the kind of guy who will project his BS to anyone in
Look.
hearing range.
I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm not walking with him all the way back to Nyanzaru. We'll
We have
drop him
things to
off
do.
at Vengeance, and that's as far as we'll take you.
Well, maybe if you're still at Vengeance when we're swinging back around, we might pick you up.
I mean, if I'm dead, that's a possibility.
I mean, he's not going to love that, but he'll just kind of shut up for a few minutes. And then, like as you are spending the night here, like he is not someone who takes a hint, and so like during your any time that you're out of the tent, he'll be near whatever campfire or whatever you set up, and just like whoever is available near him, telling stories and very much just kind of on and on and on. Now that the danger is
Red would
past,
ask him if he's been to the Underdark.
Oh, you bring up the Underdark, and he would turn. Why, Mr. Red? Of course, I've been to the Underdark. I've been and seen things I'm sure you can only imagine. Spiders the size of dinosaurs and Golly is just he has. It is very possible he has been in the Underdark. Whether he has seen the things that he has said he has seen, and whether he has is as positive or as him being in the Underdark is probably really the only like truthful thing out of what he is saying. The rest of it is blown well out of proportion. But he will go off and talking about driders and evil spider queens and all of that kind of thing for quite a while. Just as soon as you ask him about the Underdark, fungus creatures and just anything that you can think of.
Okay. Can we get him to go to sleep?
Eventually,
Yes, we can. I cast sleep on him.
Problem solved.
It's before the long rest, so
Well, how many hit points does he have? Let's see. I might need you to roll it.
there you go. 27. It's more than I have.
That is not enough.
You might have more than that.
He has more than that.
Alright, so Arrogance at the fireplace, you know, like out of the range of the sleep spell. And, gosh, is there someone else at the fireplace? Because if he has more hit points, then it'd affect the lowest hit point creature first.
Yeah,
Assuming that they're closer.
like,
I also have more than 27
Yeah, me too.
points.
I don't.
I don't either. How much do you have, Red? Red?
What? Me?
How-
30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the bugs go to sleep.
Or
you know,
as it
it's,
does.
it's actually probably Rana and Vili both conk out.
Oh, heck. So, like, Arrogance just, like, sitting there massaging his migraine that he undoubtedly has at this point. And eventually he's just like, I'm just gonna... And he pulls out, like, a pinch of sand from this little bag he has, and he throws it in that area, and it turns to, like, this puff of pink smoke. It just, like... Have you guys ever heard that, like, silly, like, noise that, like, magician smoke makes? That's the exact sound it makes. and apparently Rana and Vili go out, and he's like, well, sweet dreams, I guess.
Volo is going to look over. Ah, yes, I see. Sleep. Yes, that's a good thing to try to do. Those two looked very tired. I can see why. Once! And, like, he's going to launch into the story of, like, a time.
Band camp?
Theoretically, how much would it take to knock him just unconscious? Just like with a little like.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I mean, you'd have to wear his hit points down to be unconscious.
No.
I mean, like, eventually he would go to bed, right? Like, he's not going to stay up all night. He needs to rest as well.
I'll start giving him some of my ale.
Oh yeah, we have the.
Let's see how well he holds his liquor.
We still have oil in the
Uh,
jug.
Oh,
Yeah, he would definitely drink like anything you put in front of him. And like he's going to like at first it's just going to more and more like loosen him up at first. And then like he's going to get into like that sloppy kind of drunk thing where he's like slurring, like he's still trying to tell stories and things. But it's just kind of like you know, man, that was great, kind of. You know, like it's not real stories anymore. Like eventually he's gonna like go and collapse somewhere, kind of unceremoniously.
This is such a great rescue, you guys. I love you guys.
There we
Exactly.
go. He's passed out now. That's a tough little bugger.
Were you drinking with him, Red?
Oh yeah.
I'll need you to make
But
a
I can handle
Constitution
that
saving
stuff,
throw too.
Give yourself guidance.
Red will never say I love you guys.
Who knows? Maybe under that hard shell, he's a soft, mushy interior.
Well, usually I'm used to.
I was gonna say
My
you
own-
will have advantage on this, I believe.
It's my own brew, so I.
Yeah, because of your brewer's kit, that gives you advantage on this. Yeah, 15. That I mean, yeah, you're fine. Pretty much. I mean, you're used to drinking. You get a little, you get a little buzz going, but you're a dwarf. You're a battle-hardened dwarf cleric. You're fine.
Yeah. I need a little bit after that battle in the valley, anyways. So.
Is there anything else you guys would want to do during this long rest?
I did.
Let's move along.
If it was okay with Gallia, I wanted to
We'll have a pep
Be
talk
on-
for you.
be on watch together.
Yeah, she'll want to take probably like one of the last watches, just the one closest to dawn.
Yeah, that seems fair. So yeah, that last watch, absolutely. Yeah, the two of you would
And they
be
just
would be up while everyone else is kind of getting their rest going. What just kind of watching into the forest. What would you guys be doing?
Well, I'd be, like wander over and say, hey, Galia, I've been meaning to talk with you a bit about all this this divine stuff. I've only been an acolyte for like about a year or so this is all pretty new.
yes, and I would like to apologize for some of the things that I said earlier about your Moradin. Yes, Moradin.
Moradin, yeah.
It was rather unkind of me for me to say that sort of thing, and I didn't ever wanted to say something about you because you are a very, very good friend.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I just ignored that anyways, so. I mean, of course, we all grew up with, Moradin being the god of the dwarves and all that kind of stuff, so, yeah.
But what is it? What other questions would you like to know? I have grown up with Lathander my whole life, so I know mostly about him, but whatever.
Well, I'm just trying to understand, when I was learning all the acolyte stuff, the priests were telling me, the divine power comes from a relationship with Moradin. But I grew up. I've been a soldier all my life, and wasn't around clerics too much, being out patrolling lots of days. So, never had a whole lot of belief in, no more than anybody else. In Moradin, I mean, of course, we recognize him and have festivals and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, to be a priest, though, you gotta. Seems to me like you gotta really believe in. And I noticed you're someone who like really believes in Lathander, so I'm kind of wondering, like, how do you get to that?
Well, Lathander was all I had. I was raised in the church. I could probably count on my hands how many times that I had been out of the church before this last year, and she'll kind of start counting, but then she'll just kind of be like, but I mean, it really was just what I always knew. It was never a question that I would not follow Lathander. So, I mean, you chose to follow Moradin, but well,
I kind of didn't actually, but sort of chose.
But you more the clergy life you chose rather than it choosing you, and I mean, I try to spend as much time in prayer with Lathander as possible, and I simply try to find whatever we do has Lathander in it, and so perhaps trying to find Moradin in whatever you do, and trying perhaps to find other things to depend on him for, rather than just for the magic and for the guidance, but I trust Lathander with everything, and so that's all really my experience.
Trust, yeah. Kind of reminds me of that situation at Camp Righteous there, where we just had to trust that little legend, and then we got past the traps.
If you were a soldier, why did you become a priest of Moradin then?
Well, that's a bit of a story, but my my brother had died out on patrol, and we got ambushed. And once we got back, we did his rights and stuff, and I was pretty upset about losing him, thinking it was my fault, and so I was there in the temple, just spending a bit of time with him, and I had one of the priests come over and say, if you want to make a real difference, make his death worth something. Moradin has something for you to do. And, we talked for a bit, and I did kind of want to not have his death be meaningless. So I asked some questions, and eventually decided to become an acolyte, because I thought, well, there aren't many priests that go out on patrols, because most of the priests that end up in the temple, they couldn't fight their way out of a burlap sack. But I'm one of the first battle clerics in my clan, so that was something that we talked about, was having actual priests that could go out and battle and sort of support the troops. And it seemed like a good idea, combine being a soldier and get some help from Moradin for killing things. So like I said, it wasn't really, I didn't go looking for it. And then not too long ago, the priests got word that there was some evil afoot, and we decided to send me to this Nianzaru place to try to do something about it. So yeah.
That is very honorable of you. Not many would be willing to try something like that they had never done before. And perhaps you could show me some of the burial rites of Moradin as well, just in case something ever happens. I would want to honor you and your ancestors.
Sure, I could show you that. Well, we should probably get back to patrolling.
Yes, and
This is a dangerous place here, so.
And I will begin my prayers soon.
All right, well, I'll keep watch for you.
And when it gets to dawn, she'll keep her eyes open and keeping watch, but you can hear her start some of the prayers.
Oh, he'll be like, yeah, I gotta read through my little book here to figure out what we're gonna need for the day. He's got a little, a thick little book that's basically his training manual. It has all the... Yeah, Moradin for Dummies.
Nice. Yeah, you'll end up passing the rest of the evening, yeah, you'll get back on the road the next day. Road being an incredibly relative term, meaning terrible jungle. But eventually you will get back on the river, and your canoes, you're able to take those back out with you. They're a little overburdened at this point with your couple of extra passengers, but you're able to still make it up the river. And you're going to make it. You're going to travel for another. Actually, we need to advance the calendar. Let's go ahead and do that.
And their rations and stuff.
Yeah, make sure you take care of your rations. Water is fine at this point. You all have figured that out pretty well. And let's see, from where you're coming from.
Is anyone running low on rations, or like,
Not yet.
can we distribute the rations that we did find amongst the 5 of us?
I have 16. I've been going through them 2 at a time because of Hatch.
I have 30, so we could each have 5.
I got 13, but I gave some out
Yeah, I have
at the start.
I've got 25.
So can we just? I mean, otherwise I'm carrying it. So
So add
Just
5
give
to
it to me.
everybody.
About that.
yeah, 5 to everybody.
So let's say this. Also, from as you count off any rations, take 2 off of your sheets, because we're just going to move ahead a couple of days here. Your travels down the river are safe, and you are going to arrive at Camp
Do we-
Vengeance as you deal with all of this around noon on the 2nd day.
Really quick though, before we actually get to the camp,
Mhm.
I just want to suggest, since the last camp had all the undead, if we want to get off the canoes and walk to them, just so we can be more prepared in case there's more monsters.
Yeah, that's fair. If that is what you would like to do.
I'm okay with making Bolo walk.
How have we fit everyone on this canoe?
We have 2 canoes now, right?
Well, technically you have 3, because you also
really
have
did.
you also have the one with
Kilglock?
Quilgok, yeah.
Kilglock.
No.
Yeah, the other way around.
Whatever.
Kilglock. Kilglock.
Apparently he
Build.
tastes good with chips. I don't know. All right. In that case, you're kind of docked up a river a little bit, and you're going to walk in. Is kind of your plan. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we get the owl to scout?
Gramps.
You could ask.
Who, the owl?
Me.
No. Hey, owl, go scout.
I mean, it would be a cool roleplay moment if you actually want to.
Sure. Hey, Aragon.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, are you able to send out your owl head to scout for a bit, just so we don't get surprised by something?
I could ask him. I mean, so normally I have like this, basically a cloak or cape, whatever you want to call it. Arrogance a little flashy sometimes, so Gramps doesn't like perching anywhere. He doesn't like flying out and about because he's a little burnt right now. So he normally stays under. he stays under the cloak, and I pull him out, and he's just frowning at me. I'm like, so Gramps, do you think you could go check some stuff out for us? And the owl like rolls his eyes and just like slowly flies and then takes off and scouts.
Thanks,
Sorry, my grandpa, he's not the nicest gnome you'll ever meet, but you know.
You mean literally your grandpa?
Well, I mean, he's disappeared. I mean, my grandpa's dead. Like,
Is that what happens to the desert gnomes? You get reincarnated as grumpy owls?
what? He's not reincarnated. I summoned him. He's just manifesting in the form of an owl. We desert gnomes, well, I mean, our ancestors stick around to guide us. And, I mean, most of us call forth our ancestors to sort of lead us on the right path.
That's pretty cool. That'd be cool if I could have my brother around like that.
Your brother, did he pass?
Yes.
How tall are you again?
Who?
You, your
Me?
character. Yeah, right.
Mid-4s.
Mid-4s. So like, Arrogant can't reach 2 feet. I guess. It's like, yeah. He'll like awkwardly pat you on the shoulder, like reaching up. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Well, I guess Gramps will come back when he finds something or doesn't find nothing. So.
Right. Yeah, Gramps flies ahead up to Camp Vengeance. Are you? How far away can he talk to you?
Like 100 feet, so I'd have to wait for him to come back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He will come back in a little while and report. He has seen a fort. He has seen that there are people moving around in it. Let's see.
Are they people or are they like brains?
No, like he would identify them as people. He would also let you know that like he saw lots of bodies and lots of like it looked pretty rough. Like lots of
Like dead bodies?
Yeah, like
So-
he would see lots of dead bodies, lots of absolutely.
Arrogant will. Sorry. Did you have more description, Lauren?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think what exactly he would know. Like it looks like, to him, like it's kind of like the bodies are outside of the camp for the most part, and like in the fort there would be people and that kind of thing moving around.
Okay. Well, guys, good news is there's still living folks there. Bad news, lots of dead bodies. It looks kind of rough. So, maybe a recent fight. I don't know why they're not burning the bodies. Like, must be not. Like, the people at this camp, are they burning fists or are they, like, religious? I can't remember exactly.
They are paladins.
They're paladins, so they're...
Paladins aren't.
A crown or something like that.
Order of the Gauntlet.
Paladins
said-
must.
You said most of the bodies were outside. It sounds like they fought off attackers. That's why they're not burning them, because they're outside.
Yeah, but if they get brought back, it's a whole horde in front of them if they're not smart. Which is what Ariane would probably say.
Well, that's not the undead side of the river. Maybe I think you're okay over there.
So yeah, there's people. So don't know if they're friendly though.
If they are holy warriors, then they will listen to me.
I mean, I've seen you like say straight to someone's face that their god is evil. So
True. But I am trying to do better.
oh
So,
well. I mean,
so,
all we can do
I
is
will- I will talk to them.
Yes. Use your inner voice when you're thinking that.
Let's go knock on the door.
I'll lead the marching order first. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Just go first to head towards Camp Vengeance.
Okay, are you guys coming up from the water side? Like, I know you're not on the water, but are you kind of marching along the river side, or are you kind of wanting to approach it from behind? Like, what direction are you guys wanting to come in to this camp from?
Did I find a good entrance? Or did Gramps find a good entrance?
Yeah, well, Gramps would say that the main entrance to the camp is facing the water.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably just follow the river, I guess.
That's probably where the docks are, where we would want to leave our boats.
Yeah, he would say that there's a dock there, a small dock. So do you want to actually take your boats to the camp, or are you hiking in?
Boats would be good if we have to make a quick escape.
Yeah,
Wait.
probably safer there with their paladins watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll carry them, I guess. Or somebody will carry them.
But at this point, we might as well get back in the boats and just float to the camp, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because we just wanted to see what was going on. So
Yeah, it was
I guess we
scouting.
now-
Okay.
that makes sense.
So you float to the thing. Give me 1 second to get the map rearranged to reflect that you are back in your boats.
You're welcome, Lauren. Glad we can do that.
I only rearranged this map like 3 times. It's okay. That's where your tokens were.
Oh, wait.
Nope, too late. You've decided.
Yeah, I have to remember not to piss off the DM.
No, it's all good. All right, let me load you up on a map here. So, as you approach upriver to this place, you're going to see kind of the foliage is going to part as you approach, and you're going to see a crude timber fortification. It's a walled compound with watchtowers and tents inside of it, encircled with a ditch of bristling, sharpened stakes. There is a large gatehouse that faces the river, which has a few rowboats tied to it, and you coming in adds a few more. And you're going to see the other thing that's going to happen is as you are coming up river here to it, you're going to see trees and like there's a couple of like statues and things, and there have been spikes driven into the ground in spaces, and there are bodies kind of charred and flayed out onto these stakes as you come through, and like tied to trees and kind of grotesque patterns, human corpses and animal carcasses swarming with flies as well. And you'll also see, as you kind of come in, also in this ditch that goes around the camp, kind of this dry moat. It's only sort of dry. It's full of mud. You'll see corpses laying. Some of them are kind of impaled on these spikes. Again, you're seeing all sorts of level of decay and destruction in it. Some of them are dinosaurs. Some of them are humanoid. Some of them are other types of jungle creatures. Just all sorts of things that look like maybe remnants of attacks or something like that on this fort.
Do any of these bodies have any symbology on them? Symbols?
You can roll a perception check to see if you can spot anything.
Great.
Can I jump in on that too?
Sure.
Roll a perception to see if I notice
High five!
Good job, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
So together, that's an 88 perception. That's
80
good,
80
right?
Perception. Sure. I mean, because all of you could be watching around as you're coming in. Sure.
Oh,
Galia is noticing that both Jarrus and Ergem are just kind of taken aback at all of this destruction and just aren't really processing. It's pretty horrific. I mean, not gonna lie, it's pretty horrific coming in. Galia is also going to see on some of these bodies, specifically kind of the humanoid ones that have been like flayed out onto some of these spikes. They are in pretty bad shape, and that they have. Let me see here. They do have a symbol on them, and I'm just trying to remember exactly what the symbol is.
Is it a gauntlet?
It is not. It is not a gauntlet. I'm just trying to find where it's.
So, are these bodies actually filleted? Like, their skin cut off, and they're just like...
Some of them are. Yeah, some of them are have definitely been. Yeah.
What are these paladins? Jesus.
Golly is getting a bad feeling.
Let's just keep going down the river. Just keep going. Nothing to see here.
No, but we have to leave Volo here.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Where is... Alright. I swear I was just looking at this. One moment while I find out what this mark is for you.
Talia was really excited, and now she's just kinda...
Oh, actually.
just shaking her head.
Let's do a search for it. Sorry, I do want to actually explain this to you because it actually matters to the story. But of course it is not here. Usually Roll20 is very good about helping me find things.
Uh-oh.
Well, I will find it. There is a mark on them. And it is... I believe it is kind of like a blue symbol on their forehead. I do not remember what it is a symbol of offhand, and I'm not finding it. But we'll just say that for now that is what it is, and I will look here when we take our break and find the exact thing for it.
I'm just wondering about would it make sense if I can do an insight check just to, because my spider sense is starting to.
Yeah, I mean, do these look like they're the Iron Hand paladins that have been?
Is it supposed to be a blue triangle?
That's what it is. I believe it is a blue triangle. Thank you.
Sorry, I looked it up. It's like blue forehead, Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's a blue triangle. Thank you.
Your Google foo is strong.
I was doing little Google searches. I'm like, I cannot find this. Yeah, definitely a blue triangle. Perfect.
Do I recognize that from any other points in our travel? Or do any of us?
You would not have seen this before, so I doubt that you would know it offhand.
Oh, maybe Rana would. Galia will go kind of nudge her and then point out the triangle.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Rana would, as soon as you point it to her, she would, those are undead. Those are the creatures of Rasnisi. He is the one who created the undead here in Chult.
How do you spell Rasnisi?
R-A-S space N-S-I.
The evil paladin.
Oh.
So if he's the evil paladin and these are his creatures, then the paladins inside the gates should be the good guys.
Hopefully. Assuming that the zombies didn't win.
Are you guys, as you pull up, you see all of this, and you will see movement inside the camp. All of you will see it. There are guards in the towers. You would definitely see that there are people moving about. And like the guards seeing you come up the river, like they would shout into the camp, and you'd hear movement and stuff in there, and several soldiers would kind of step. They would start creating a little bit of presence at the entrance. Basically, they're not closing the door or anything like that, but they are definitely aware of you coming down the river. Is there anything that you would do? Do you want to land? Do you want to sail past? I mean, all of those are valid.
Let's go knock on the door.
Yeah, Golly will make sure her symbol is really prominent, though, just in case.
Yeah, and
she'll be the first.
Kuldog
Jar's,
will. Oh, sorry. Go, Jar's.
Sorry. Kind of just like what Gallia was saying, Jarvis will like straighten out his tabard and have that crest prominent.
Kuldog is going to kind of mutter under his breath, "Oh, didn't look like this the last time I came through here."
Looks like they've seen some action.
Right, I'll follow behind Galia.
Yeah. All right. So you land. There's going to be kind of this ramp leading up to the doorway, and this woman is going to come kind of out the door, like kind of elbowing past the guards. And she's going to kind of step forward, and she's just gonna kind of yell, and she's gonna put up her hands up in the air, kind of like, "It's all right, everyone. It's all right. It's all approved." And she's gonna keep walking up, and she's gonna like, I'm human. I'm a human Chultan. I'm a civilian. Everything's okay. And she'll.
Definitely, I'd definitely like to.
Yeah, she
Right.
definitely seems like a human Chultan woman.
Does she look exactly like this person, or is that just a token?
They are sharing
overlap?
similar stats and tokens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she doesn't look.
It's not a shapeshifter in the form of
No,
one of the other.
this guy is actually, this is the scout that I grabbed out of the thing, who is Longi, who's the guy that you brought.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pay no attention to his token. It's just he has scout stats.
I just wanted to make sure if we were seeing the same person twice, one of them was going to be trouble.
Maybe they're just twins.
She's gonna keep walking out and stepping up to Galia, who's in front of everyone, as you said, Galia. She's gonna kind of look you up and down, kind of see your symbol, and she's gonna who are you?
I am Dawn Greater Galia D. Haven of the Morning Lord Lathander, and I am the paladin of our brave party. We are attempting to vanquish some of the evil in this jungle.
She's going to nod. Well, you've made it to Camp Vengeance.
Yeah, what's going on here? Looks like there was a big fight or something.
I hope Camp Vengeance is better off than Camp Righteous.
She'll definitely nod. Well, we came here after Camp Righteous. Once Camp Righteous was overwhelmed by those undead, we came here, and we've been waging the war from this location, and we've dug in ever since.
Yeah.
So these creatures out here are all of the undead then?
They're not all of them. They're just the start of them.
So,
Eric?
should we get inside?
Arrogant is. Sorry, go ahead.
She's gonna say, yeah, you're probably safe right now, but yeah, come on in. What is Arrogant going to do?
He's actually going to go over and inspect one of the zombies. And he's going to look at the triangle and see if he can notice anything about it. With hopefully Arcana, he's trying to suss any details about that out. Oh, 23.
Right. Again, it would really help if I could find this part of the...
Oh, yeah, sorry. We can touch back on it. I will make a note that I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe I can find it in my official book. But while she's doing that, while we were doing that, she will head take you inside, and she's going to kind of keep a running commentary the whole time that you are walking in. She's going to be talking about just that they've been here for a while now, and she's going to say, you've probably heard about our commander here, Colonel Breakbone. Man, he's a genius.
Never heard of him.
I don't think I have.
She's going to just kind of turn and
He's a colonel?
she's going to nod. He is. He's a colonel in the Order of the Gauntlet. And she's gonna wave around. And as you guys head into this place, you're going to see like these guards that are in place here. Like a lot of them, and the people inside. Like you can see some of them were paladins and had like this heavy armor, and like they've some of them are still wearing pieces of it, like like they might just have like the arm pieces or something, but or the legs on, but like they don't have any shirts or things. They've got like paint on it, and like they've got like mud kind of caked onto their faces, and like colored mud kind of designs on them and painted on them or onto their armor. It does not look. Golia especially would realize this does not look like standard paladin behavior. This woman is going to, I'm Lorsa, and her name is Lorsa, and she will, she's like, well, if you haven't heard of the Colonel, then just be careful around him. He's amazing. She's gonna kind of point around at everyone, and these are all his children here. We're all his children.
It's a cult.
Yes, so you all follow.
Wow, who's your mom?
She's going to kind of spin around. The Colonel is all of our parents. He's a genius. The man, I mean, he's got his mind is engaged, and he's a poet warrior in the classical sense.
Is it possible that we could meet him sometime as a rather distinguished paladin myself?
Sorry, that voice caught my throat just a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Water.
Mhm. That's a little better. All right. She'll kind of spin around. Well, you don't talk to the Colonel. You listen to him.
Well, I would like
I'm not really sure I want to.
I would just like to share doctrine with him, of course, as another loyal servant of the light.
She'll look at you, and his mind is in another plane. Like sometimes you'll just say hello to him, and he'll just walk right by you, and then sometimes he'll just grab you and throw you in a corner and say, "Did you know if is the middle word in life?" Man, I'm little, and he is just great. You don't.
This sounds like the perfect place for Volo.
How tall is she, by the way?
She's a human size, so she's probably a little smaller than Galia.
Everything's smaller than Galia.
Or just a little, not significantly.
She'd be like 6'7".
6'5".
6'5".
Yes, but We are not familiar with the with your order, so I would really appreciate being able to at least meet him.
What's the name of this order?
She just, we're the Order of the Gauntlet. Like she's definitely saying that this is still part of Order of the Gauntlet here.
And Order of the Gauntlet was not described to us by, I can't remember the city chieftain who sent us, as like this cult of personality. It was a paladin order.
It is.
Right?
It is definitely a
Yeah.
paladin order, and like Galia would very much know them. They are a pretty straight-laced paladin order that follows general paladin guidelines, and yeah.
Not anymore.
Yes, but honestly, Golly's just gonna kind of keep routing the direction back to wanting to meet the Commander Breakbone in some way.
Can like, oh sorry, go ahead.
That was all I
Okay. Can like, I don't know. We've been out in the jungle for a while. Is there a way to like speak to someone who knows about the jungle and maybe learn a little bit about our surroundings, so we're not wandering aimlessly?
We do have a guide.
Well, yeah, but we are going to Oralunga, and we're also trying to find the Shield Guardians, and also side quests.
Yes.
And also looking to trade, as they probably mentioned.
Yeah, like I mean, she would definitely be willing to offer the hospitality of the camp here, and like she seems in a position to be able to do so. People are regarding you. You definitely have the attention of everyone here, but yeah, you're not like no one's threatening you or anything. So yeah, it would be available, but she's not. She's also not like offering to take you to the leader.
Okay.
Okay, then we would like some rest, and perhaps if there are some sort of supplies that we could restock with, that would be very much appreciated.
Yeah, when you say supplies, she's gonna shake her head. The jungle is our supplies. We're engaged in war with it, and it's where we get everything that we need.
So I wouldn't be lucky enough to say find a spare set of plate armor there then.
Are you asking her if there is such a thing?
No, not directly.
Okay.
Just maybe later.
Arrogant will be like, "Oh man, golly, and you were looking for that plate armor too."
And the shield.
Yeah, and a new shield.
And she's going to look around. Armor is in poor supply around here, but it's not very good for jungle battle anyhow. There are much better ways to fight against what we have here. The jungle will only destroy it.
I mean, I have been perfectly fine in this chainmail. I was just thinking if there is... You guys have some leftover from some other very tall paladin.
I'm just imagining your chainmail is acid etched at this point. like it's not damaged, but there's definitely like it looks acid etched.
As you going back briefly to the triangle on their heads, I found it in the book. It is tattooed. It is tattooed onto the head of these creatures.
I don't suppose there's like a visual handout or anything.
No, it's just a small blue triangle that's been tattooed onto their forehead.
Is it like glowing or
It does not glow or anything like that.
it's just blue? Okay.
It isn't something Aza would know, but is this kind of like the word that's placed in a golem's head? Is this the thing that reanimates them? Is it a magic tattoo?
It is not specifically a magic tattoo.
Okay. So basically, I look at it, Arcana roll, and oh, it's a tattoo.
Pretty much.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so leading you into this camp, let's talk about this camp a little bit more here. Coming in here, you're going to see kind of these people milling around, and there's a number of people in this camp. They're not all pictured on this map because that would bog this thing down. But just so you kind of get a sense of it, there are approximately. Where's the number here?
It's still dark from us on purpose, or
You should be able to see in here.
Nope.
I think you have a door up.
That is what it is. Sorry. Yep. Let me move the door. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a dynamic lighting clock there. We'll move that for you. There you go.
yay.
Excellent. Yep. So what you're going to see is that there are a number of paladins here and soldiers. There's at least 58 people around here, mixing up guards, veteran soldier kind of looking guys. You're going to see a couple of people who look maybe like clerics or something hustling in and out of these round tents over here and to the south of that. And man, as you step in here, like, this place is nasty, I think is really the best way to describe it. Like it is, there are smells coming, because I mean there's corpses all around this place. There is this kind of like insects buzzing everywhere. There is mud that you're just kind of squishing through everywhere you walk. It is just in very poor condition. And as you see the people in here, like they all look just kind of gaunt and a little bit sickly, and you can tell like this is really, really hard life going on right here. But yeah, she'll show you in, and I mean there's basically just kind of general barracks area available kind of at the back of the camp over here. These barracks are pretty well taken. There is a little bit of room, like you could set up some camp up here. This is near the latrines, which are not good. That's what
We had a bad experience last time.
Does that smell worse than the corpses, though?
Well, it's hard to say. What you can tell is like it has rained recently, and this thing is so kind of water laden that like stuff from the latrines is kind of like swept into camp a little bit. So this area is pretty bad. Yeah, you could also probably set up camp over maybe more like in this area if you wanted to, something like that. They don't have specific.
Seems like the better idea.
Yeah, they don't have specific accommodations for you, though. But yeah, everybody would come inside. You also see kind of here to the south. There's a small pen. There's a few goats in it.
Asa might just sleep over there.
Yeah, these goats do not look like they're in great condition as well. They look pretty sickly. And like even Volo is quiet coming into here. Like this is pretty, like this is him out of his element. And like Vili is going to take this kind of look around, and he's just going to kind of mutter under her breath like, "The Flaming Fist would not do anything like this. This is terrible. Whatever has gone on here, Like she's just kind of thinking out loud to herself and muttering about this. Almost like maybe she's kind of talking to like Rana who's with her or something like that. And Quilgok is just kind of this was not like this the last time I came here.
And how long ago was that?
Well, it's been months since my last travel through here. But he's just going to kind of point around like, this was not built up nearly this well. It was a much simpler stockade. They have significantly dug into this location.
Well, they're either under attack very often, or the discipline has gone down hill dramatically. But either way, as far as I'm concerned, this place ain't gonna last much longer.
I have a feeling who's ever in charge is a little bit fatter than everyone else, if you know what I mean.
Maybe.
Can we start maybe looking around if there's a guy in like significantly nicer armor or looking significantly healthier than everybody else?
Give me a perception check real quick.
Sounds good.
Can I also?
Yeah, anybody who wants to.
There are people with armor.
You know what? I think this actually makes sense because Red is used to military lifestyle, right?
Being a soldier.
Yeah, being a soldier. And Red, you would know that this tent right in the middle, the larger tent here, this is the command tent, right? This place would be kind of the center hive of activity, and you do see like people kind of stepping in and out of it, kind of thing. And,
Are there a couple of guards out front?
Yeah, there would be a couple of guards standing out front of it. Absolutely. Now they are not particularly at attention. Like they are. Obviously, it's fairly lax how things operate here in this.
Yeah. I mean, Red would just be shaking his head at the lack of discipline around here. This is not how you run a military camp.
Well, what would they need to fix then?
Everything. Look at those soldiers guarding the command tent. They're barely paying attention. And this place is a pigsty. All the soldiers should be cleaning this place up. And it should be spotless.
I just imagined a silent image of like 15 zombies just appearing in the camp with blue triangles. Be fun to see everyone scramble.
I kind of imagine that Hatch is really reluctant to walk into this situation because of the sense.
Yeah, I agree, and like I think Quilgok would have a really hard time with deadly treasure. Like I think, I don't think the dinosaur would like this. I think you're right. Hatch would not enjoy this at all.
So, she's got like a hand on his neck, kind of ruffled into the feathers, just trying to like keep him calm and not necessarily push, but guide as she walks into the gates.
Yeah, it's definitely obvious. I think to Red that there is, like most everyone is just kind of like here, right? Like they're not doing anything. They're just kind of like the ones who are on guard, and everybody else is just kind of like, honestly, you are the biggest thing of interest, but like nobody is approaching. Nobody is like stepping up to talk to any of you, other than Lorsa. Like she's the only one who has kind of made any overtures. Everybody else is kind of eyeing you warily.
Well, Red will ask Lorsa, how often you guys get attacked?
She'll shake her head. I mean, all the time.
I don't think Aza would know to ask, but how often are they getting supply shipments, or when was the last one, or what happened to that? I feel like that's
Yeah.
something that a military person would ask.
Yeah, she would. We don't get any supplies. We don't get. We're here. We're here waging war against the jungle.
Why?
You war against the jungle.
The jungle or the zombies? Why the jungle? Why fight the jungle?
She's gonna turn around and they're all the same, man. Like some of them, the jungle, the zombies, they're all part of the same thing. If
How
didn't
long you
have-
been here?
She's gonna kind of spin out with that, just kind of like, how long have any of us been here, man? Kind of like in this, like, just kind of keeps going with it.
Galia will kind of like look to the others and just kind of like, is this what I always sound like to you?
I mean, when I first
Nope.
met you,
This is the light version.
right?
I suppose
No.
we could set up a small camp for the night. I mean, it's safer inside the walls then.
What time of day is it?
It's kind of like noon.
Okay.
Well, Volo, I hope you have. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. She's she's picking up on this vibe that you were not particularly happy here. I think, like that you were sensing that. She's gonna look around. She's gonna be like, oh, it's the flayed bodies, isn't it? Man, look. Sometimes he goes too far. And he would be the first to admit it. He could be terrible and he could be mean, but he's right, is the thing. And he's fighting a war here, and we are all fighting with him.
You're telling me the colonel did or okayed that?
Who can I roll? What was the guy's name again?
Colonel.
Breakbone.
Breakbone.
Breakbone. Can I? I don't know. Roll a history check or something.
Maybe could I roll some kind of religion check if I recognize his paladinness?
Sure, yeah.
He's a dude.
Yeah, like I don't think for either of you that there's anything particular, other than like Erica might have heard, like maybe he was talking to like Quilgok or somebody in town at some point, and like, oh yeah, the Order of the Gauntlet is out there under command of this guy, but like there is no mention of like any of this kind of thing.
Well, we still got lots of daylight left. These people are gonna just do what they're gonna do. Think maybe we should move on.
But if we're not like feeling welcome here, maybe the colonel can help us feel more welcome. He seems to have made all these people happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Lorsa.
going to-
I don't know if I
shoot
want
it.
what they're smoking.
What was I gonna ask? Hey, Lorsa, has anything? Go ahead, Hep. Okay. Hey, Lorsa, has anything changed in the past couple of months about the camp? Change in leadership, maybe? What's been going on here?
She's just gonna kind of gesture around and we're here to fight the undead, and this war has been a tough one. But right now, we're taking the upper hand. She'll kind of, she'll just point around outside, kind of, at this camp, like this is what is going on.
Yeah, but has there been like changes? Because like when I was hearing about this back in Nianzaru, it didn't sound like you guys were having this much trouble. Because things here look really awful. Like you guys, I mean, there's shit water right over there. There's a puddle of shit water over there. So, you know.
She's gonna nod like, well, we're built in a precarious place with the trench around and the river. This place doesn't drain as well as it could. It's basically a little swamp, but it's our defensible swamp. We can hold here whatever the undead throw at us, we can take them. And then we send out our parties during the day and we clear out whatever we can. We're taking the forest back. We're taking the jungle back. One.
Yeah, but you're still not answering my question. What's something changed? I feel like you're trying to dodge my question there.
What are you thinking?
Well, because Quilgon had said, well, stuff wasn't like this a couple months ago. So I'm wondering, something had to have changed, right? For them to suddenly be in. You know.
Oh, I see what you're asking. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No. She will tell you that they had an outpost at Camp Righteous that got overrun. Sorry. Yes, that would be, and everyone retreated here as quickly as they could. So this is it is now overpopulated. They have too many people. They don't have any supplies. They lost a lot of things in that process of losing Camp Righteous, and they have just been under attack at this position, basically.
James, are you actually kicking your microphone?
I'm moving around, so there's probably a lot of noise. I'll shut it off.
Okay, so
Was Breakbone at Camp Righteous?
She'll shake her head. No, he had set it up as a forward post, but when it fell, he took it very hard.
Oh, when was the last time you guys were out there?
She'll gesture. Those 4 boats are all we've got left, so we haven't tried to make our way back upriver to it.
Okay, well, maybe we should report to your leader. We were actually recently at Righteous, and we were there, and we found some things, and I think they'd be important to him.
She's gonna that is news to her. So she's gonna, you were actually at Camp Righteous. Well, let me see. And I think she's gonna this is also the first time that she's gonna kind of see Rana and Vili, and well, actually Rana's not in bad shape, but Vili and Utongal or whatever his name was are it kind of still not in great shape from their encounters with the creature. She'll kind of gesture over. If you need some healing, our acolytes in the tent might be able to help you. I'll be right back. And she's going to go and talk to the guards, and she's going to disappear into this tent for just a couple of moments.
Do I see any place that looks like it might be some sort of blacksmith or a storage area?
I mean, they don't really have. Your mic is a little far away from you, Galia.
Sorry.
No problem. They're going to not particularly have anything very blacksmithy here at all, and the things that they have stored are just kind of they have crates sitting out in the open, and you'll just see that it's all kind of everything here just looks like it's the jungle has been wearing on it, and there's moss, there's mud, there's rot on things. It's just nothing very good here.
Red's gonna say, I agree with Jarrus. We should do whatever we need to do and get out of here. We're gonna be just a strain on this place, and who knows if it's gonna get overrun again.
Sounds like what we need to do is get these people out from under whatever spell the captain has cast on them.
Yes, this does not seem like it
These don't look like paladins anymore.
This is just Earth folk being Earth folk. They do what they do. We should move on.
What does that even mean?
No, wait, what? do you mean by that?
Hey, y'all do stupid stuff all the time. They're just being Earth folk.
I mean, I've never, like, walked around in my own shit before. This is not what Earth folk do. Something bad is going on.
She is going to come back out. Lorsa is going to come back out and head over to the group. She's going to say, "All right, you can. He'll see you." She's going to point at who told her that the
I think it was arrogant.
Arrogam. She'll point directly at Arrogam. Like, she's not pointing at Galia. He'll see you. Specifically addressing Arrogam. She's gonna kind of lean a little closer. She's gonna. The man is clear in his mind, but his soul is mad. Just. She'll turn around to lead you towards him.
Wait, but
Can I-
he is not a paladin. Golly's kind of offended by this.
Actually, Loris, if
It's all
it's all
right,
right,
Galia. Let's go for a walk.
actually, Loris, if it's all right, Galia is actually my guard, and I require her to be near me at all times.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand really strong now.
She'll kind of shrug. Bring her with you, I guess. But it's on you if he takes offense. And like she'll kind of lead you to the tent. Kind of fling back the curtain a little bit, and you're gonna see inside that there's it's not much better in here. There is a command table kind of set up in this room. There's a chair, and you're going to see that there's kind of a logs have been set into the mud to kind of raise stuff up out of it, but there's still kind of like mud oozing up between the logs, even just a little bit in here. And there's a man seated kind of in a corner of this, and it's kind of in shadow. You can't really see him in the light in here very well.
Arrogam's gonna look to Galia, and he's gonna open up his eye and look meaningfully at her, and then look meaningfully at him,
Can I use my channel divinity to tell if he is a fiend, celestial, or fae?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
But Aza's going to try to get a line of sight in here too, just to see if she can. Oops, I didn't mean to move her. I wanted to measure.
Yeah, you can kind of
So,
see in there, but it's just kind of dim, and you can kind of see the shadow of a figure inside.
So I can tell if he is. I can open my awareness to know the location of celestial fiends or undead in the area. I also know if it's consecrated or desecrated.
Yeah, you are not getting any sense that he is a undead sort of creature.
So on a meta sense, we did learn something at the temple about the camp, right? Where there weren't dog tags on the body, was there? I remember that.
No, there was
point.
not.
Okay. Because I don't know if that makes it so I technically lied, but
What?
Well, I said we were at Camp Righteous and we learned some stuff. That's what I said. So I don't know if that. So I just lied.
Isn't Galia carrying an axe that we got off the latrine guy?
Yeah, you did get
Warhammer.
something off of Warhammer.
I forgot to mark that I grabbed it.
Okay.
Did just kind of going back, did the Warhammer have any markings on it? I don't know if I would have grabbed it if it just seemed like a normal Warhammer.
I mean, it probably had some basic paladin markings on it.
Probably left it then, because I already have some really nice axes with Lathander symbols specifically.
Okay. But I mean, you definitely were there, so I mean, you would have a report at least to be able to tell what had gone on there.
Okay. Yeah. So your breakbone, huh?
Yeah, he just kind of raises his head up and looks at you.
I can't really see it back there.
Yeah, he'll stand up really slowly and like he has definitely kind of a large figure. Like he's not necessarily, I mean, it's hard to tell, but he's not necessarily healthier looking than anybody else, but he definitely kind of a large figure as he stands up, and he'll step into the light, and his head is kind of shaved bald, and he just kind of steps out into the light a little bit more, and
do you mean large as in tall, or
large as in tall? Large as in tall. Yeah. Like
I'm still trying to like size him up a little bit.
Yeah, he would be taller than, and like he's built pretty well, right? Like he's not stocky or anything. He's just, you know, kind of that well muscled sort of person.
Well, we were recently at Camp Righteous, so we learned a little bit about what had gone on there. Figured you'd want to hear about it.
He's just going to kind of nod. Make your report.
I guess... I don't know. Is he human, or what did he get?
No, he is human. He's just a very tall human.
Okay. What I want to do is, can I make some sort of check to see if there's an illusion around him, or there's something weird going on with him now that he's in the light?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you can, if you have something magical you want to do, you can do that, or if you've got just insight, you can roll that, or perception.
I just got our Arcana, what I was thinking.
No. Yeah.
No.
You're not picking up anything like that on him.
You want me to roll a perception then?
If you would like to, you can.
Could I help with that?
Well, yeah, definitely help me.
Wait, my perception is, I think it's a +4, so I'll try.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, shiny armor.
Oh man, is he wearing full plate armor?
No, he's not. Like he's not actually wearing any armor right now at all.
Clouds everything the dark side does.
I don't know if not being inattentive, I can make the suggestion, but out of character, suggest that you want to give the report in the fresh air outside. See if he'll come outside.
I don't know. Galia's not getting anything evil from him, so she'd probably just kind of be okay with it.
I don't know. Maybe they got cursed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arrogant will give him a report of what happened, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just gonna kind of take that and just kind of shake his head and maybe clear now, but I don't dare risk sending my troops there again.
Yeah. So, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but things around here seem kind of shitty. Like, literally. Do you like? Do you need help with something?
He's gonna kind of lean towards you a little, and we need to kill all of the undead.
I mean, like, Laura said you were brilliant, but that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You don't cut the head off of a Hydra. You gotta like, however you kill a Hydra. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you gotta cut it off at its source.
You don't cut off just a head of a Hydra. You cut off all the heads of a Hydra.
Yeah.
And burn them. That's what you do. This guy is going to he'll nod at you. If you think that you can just fight directly against the undead, they'll swarm over you before you can do anything. This is a ground war that is measured in inches right now.
Well, we are going. God, this is probably the first time Claudia steps up, and she's just kind of. We are trying to defeat the evil here, and in that way, our goals will align. But we have a greater purpose, and all we ask is just for a blessing and freedom to move on with our path.
Yeah. He'll look over at Golia. Paladin, you know that there is no greater purpose than to serve the light. And that's what we're doing here. Bringing the light to this jungle with every creature that we kill. Every undead that dies makes this jungle a better place.
Sorry.
No, go for it. What were you going to say?
Just all that we are doing is we are also trying to bring the light, but only in a different way. And so there's no greater or lesser way to bring the light, for every piece of light is good.
Yeah, he'll nod and he'll just he'll say, you can pass on if you wish, or you can help us stand here and fight the undead. However you wish to follow the light. I've seen the horror of what is out there, more than you have seen. You can call me a lot of things, but you have no right to judge what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Well, this is going nowhere.
Yes. Just kind of march on out.
Good luck.
You heading out. Jarvis, you said you wanted to kind of look around a little. Was that something that you would wanted to do?
No, that was for Galia's sake, but she got to go inside, so.
Aw,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
As we rejoin the group, unless something happens.
Well, yeah. So while you all are in the tent, then, so the people who have been kind of watching you, and like I said, there's only been the one who has kind of approached you. You're going to see. Let me look at passive perceptions of who is outside of the tent right now.
And if anybody's casting the detect good and evil, I technically have fiend blood.
I think Red and Aza would see this. That kind of at the edge of the camp, kind of at the edge of the people who are kind of watching you and as they go about their daily business here. Kind of there is one person who kind of has been edging closer and closer and is kind of like keeps kind of making eye contact with you, and it is it's actually one of the acolytes here. She is dressed in healer robes, and you can kind of see, and she's going to kind of circle her way around and kind of try to make eye contact with you both a couple more times. Then she's going to slip into this northern tent.
Aza is gonna just bop right on over there and look in and say, I saw you checking out my axe beak. Do you want to come meet him?
Like as soon as you kind of even get near this tent, kind of the smell of like illness comes out of it, and there are several very sick looking soldiers inside this tent being cared for, and this acolyte, she's going to see you, and she's going to just kind of whisper, "Quick, step inside."
Did Red follow?
Well, the first thing I was going to do was ask if some of those other people from the valley had gotten healed yet.
Yeah, I think like I think Vili and Rana would have come over to this tent, and like they are not particularly thrilled with being in here, and there's probably an acolyte kind of working on them, and these acolytes who are in here who are doing this healing, like they look tired, like they have been worked pretty hard and non-stop kind of in this place. So Red, you're there with Aza?
I was just trying to figure out a reasonable way to actually get there, because I was thinking I'd like bring them over and use that as an excuse to get in there, but
oh well, yeah, we could do that. Like we could say that Vili and Rana, like they had been invited to go but hadn't headed that way yet. So yeah, if you wanted to take them over, that would be fine.
Yeah, just to make it look reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. They kind of get ushered in, and one of the healers starts working on them, and this woman just kind of sees Aza and Red in the doorway and kind of hisses at them like, "Quick, step inside."
So what's going on around here?
She's going to look around and just kind of gesture, and he has gone mad. This is madness, what is going on here. He has lost the ability to tell the right way of doing things and the wrong way, and he sees this whole jungle as being against us. He won't let us try to leave. He won't send out patrols. We just wait for the undead to come and attack. Many of the soldiers are on his side. They've dug in. They've chosen this to be the place they stand. They've seen so many of their comrades fall, and the sickness has taken over. And she gestures around like everyone is sick and everyone is tired, and the jungle out there isn't any safer. But here we're definitely all going to die.
Is he refusing? Were you getting supplies?
We haven't had
Is he
supplies
refusing them?
in weeks.
Were they turned away, or did they just not show up?
They haven't shown up. My guess is everyone who was supposed to bring us supplies is probably dead. When Camp Righteous fell, I think that was the end.
Is there some kind of contacts in Nianzaru?
She'll nod, kind of. I don't know exactly who was supposed to be in charge of that. I know that there were those who were supposed to be helping us. We would send for supplies and send some of our soldiers to help transport them through the jungle, over the river. But we haven't seen supplies in a very long time.
Lorsa seems to be really impressed with your Colonel Breakbill.
She's just gonna kind of snort. Lorsa is as crazy as he is.
Break Bill.
Breakbill.
Breakbone, yeah. I think I've known somebody named Breakbill before, so that's what's stuck in my head.
That's a good mistake, anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. She that that one's just as crazy as he is.
Are there more?
So many of them have the fever, and we've only been able to treat so much of it that.
what do you mean? She's diseased?
Yeah, it gets into your brain out here.
Oh, a head sickness.
It starts with fevers and chills, and then
Have you found anything that cures it?
she's going to kind of shake her head no. When it's fresh, we can generally deal with it then. We're trying to do for some of these here, but she's one of the ones that came back from Camp Righteous, and it was too far gone by the time she got back here. It doesn't make her dangerous necessarily, but she's crazy.
What about some of the berries, like Cinda or Ryath?
Unfortunately, I don't know the plants of the jungle as well as those back on the main continent. There might be something out there that could help. Or there might be someone in Port Nianzaru who knows what to do.
What does the Colonel say when you suggest that everybody should go back to Nianzaru?
She's going to, she's just going to kind of laugh. The last time I suggested anything, he put me in stocks for 2 days.
If we were to try to get people out, is there a way to get people out of here without being seen too much?
No, the only way out is that front gate.
How many would try to stop you?
She'll think. I think most of them are just following orders and just trying to survive out here. I think he's got a few paladins that would stand up and follow his orders. They think they're fighting for the light here. They think that this is the way to cleanse this jungle. You've seen those bodies. That's not cleansing anything. That's madness.
Well,
Is there anything you think we could do to help?
She'll nod. If you can leave, if he'll let you leave, bring help back. Or if you can kill him and his people, then we might have a chance to get back to Port Nianzaru.
well, we'll have to ponder that. Not sure how well it would work out to try to take over a military camp with the few of us.
Yeah, she'll not. I understand, but I don't know how long we'll be able to hold out here. So whatever you do, please do it quickly.
Well, I certainly understand that, ma'am. So we'll have to see what we can do. But
Yeah, she'll nod, and if you can't help us, just try to get out of here and bring help. Whatever happens, I'll stay, and I'll try to keep as many as healthy as I can. That's what I'm sworn to do.
There's no place we can go to get help. By the time we got to Port Nianzaru and back, everybody'd be dead.
Yeah, she'll... I mean, we might be able to hold out. If we can hold off the undead, we can... Do you have boats?
yep,
Not enough for everybody.
It's downriver the rest of from here back to Port Nianzaru. If you could send word, they could muster something and get it here potentially. But if there's no time, well,
We've been on river for 10, 12 days.
something like that. Yeah, 10 or 12 days.
Against current.
Yeah. So you could probably make up a little bit of time to get back, and you could potentially.
And then spend that 12 to get back here again.
well, we weren't too motivated to get back here to go get upriver. So
Yeah, you could try to move at a faster pace, for instance. She'll just say, the only other thing that you can do to help us, do you have any other supplies, or if you have food or medicine that we could use, that would be, or fresh water.
you have some empty containers.
Yeah, definitely.
Give me just a second here. Okay, well, let's see, what was it? Half a gallon per water skin?
8 gallons for what we
Half a gallon per water skin.
Yeah, half a gallon per water skin, I think is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you got a bunch of water skins or containers, I can fill them for you.
Yeah, she will instantly begin gathering and getting that stuff together, get that for you.
And we could teach you how to make a rain catcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would have some rain catchers set up here in the camp. They are getting some fresh water. That is one thing that they are able to get a little bit of. Food is harder. They've been eating dinosaurs that got speared on some of the spikes and stuff. They've been able to do a little hunting and stuff, but not great. Not a lot of stuff. Zombie dinosaur flesh is not the best thing in the world.
Who'd have thought?
Well, I'll take my necklace of Warden out, and I'll say, Warden, we need to help these people. And so the necklace will glow, and then water start filling up the water skins. And then I'll give them 15 things of rations.
Yeah, excellent. Jarus, while this is going on, and while Galia and Aragim are in the main tent, you're kind of here by the gate, is what it looks like. You're like, because it seems like Jarus is probably not a huge fan of this place in any way, shape, or form. Like, this is kind of incredibly the opposite of anything that I think he would like.
He's just he's sort of shaking his head, face palming, disappointed, generally disappointed.
You're going to see the woman, Lorsa. She is going to take some of the... she's going to gather some of the guards, and they are going to head out past you, down towards your boats and to the dock area.
Oh no.
I'll follow them and watch what they're doing.
Yeah, what they do is, like, she is kind of posting guards around the boats, and, like, they are securing them more securely. And did you leave any supplies in them or anything like that, or are you just kind of, I'm assuming you're kind of packing everything with you?
Carrying everything I carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we carry everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like...
What backpacks are for.
Yeah, like it very much looks like they are taking control of them, I think is maybe the best way to express it.
I guess I'll walk down to where they've taken control of everything. Loris, can I ask you what you and your men are doing here? There are boats. Some of these boats are ours.
She'll turn around, just kind of like throw her hands up in the air and like, look, man, I'm only doing what he told us to do. We're securing.
And what was that?
We're securing the boats.
And why do the boats need to be secured?
Well, we're gathering them up as part of the war effort.
So you're commandeering our equipment, and I sort of once again like straighten out my tablet. I'm afraid that you don't have the authority to do that here.
She's going to, again, she has her hands up in the air like, well, I don't have the authority. It's the colonel, and this whole area is.
But as equipment of the Salt Legion, I command you to stand down and go back inside your fort.
She's going to shake her head, and like the guards are kind of like a couple of them kind of like stand forward a little bit.
Can I'm sorry, I want to intimidate with that, if I may.
Okay.
And I don't have inspiration, which is fine. 22.
Oh yeah, she is going to like back up and like whoa, like, look, I don't know what or who you are, but this whole area is under the order of the Order of the Gauntlet, and
I'm sorry,
the colonel says. I'm
equipper of the Salt Legion. You know that. Me and my friends are on a mission to protect you Earthfolk from the darkness that lurks below. Y'all need to get back inside your fort and leave our boats alone.
She's going to, she's just going to kind of like, she's not going to tell the guards not to stay there, but she's going to kind of like circle past, try to circle past you to the other side. I mean, you're kind of blocking the way back in, and like she's kind of like wanting to get back towards the fort a little bit.
I will move aside if I can see that she's
Yeah.
heading back.
Yeah. She
And
is.
I'm gonna stare down her men as well.
Yeah. And she's gonna, you're gonna have to take that up with the colonel, and I do not want to be around when you do that. And like, she is going to just like run back inside.
And the rest of them are staying there.
Yeah, like they look. I mean, you obviously are someone who can handle themselves, and like they are looking nervous, but like they're not going to stand down their post as ordered by their commanding officer currently. Like that's, even with an intimidation check like that, they're not going to just give up their post with that.
There's like 4 of them, right? Maybe like 1 or 2 of them defect.
There are like 4 of them, but yeah.
I look at them, I grimace, and I turn around and I'm heading back toward the main tent.
Mm-hmm.
4-1, those are good odds, Jairus.
I'm not going to attack him.
Yet.
Before we carry on, can we maybe take our break?
Yeah, I was going to say, now might be a good time to take a short break, and we can find out what happens.
Oh, Lysander.
Galia, throw down your shield, go and engage him two-handed with your great axe, and I will arch it.
Yeah.
No, present your shield to the colonel.
That's actually a really smart tactic. Holy shit.
But I don't have a replacement shield. So.
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
sure
We'll
there's a
find one.
paladin you'll kill one who has.
There might be a shield here you can find, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just paladins. They probably don't.
Okay. We'll be back in like 5. Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Let's find out, I guess, what everyone is going to do in this kind of sketchy situation that you have found yourself in.
So Aza is going to make her way out and over to Gallia and try to whisper at her that there are people here who really want to leave, and the commander is not doing a military job anymore.
Were they dismissed?
They were in process of, like, walking out.
Right.
Galia will kind of. They'll hear this, I assume, with the 19 perception.
Yeah, definitely.
She'll kind of go for the shield and just slowly, very slowly.
What is Jarvis doing? Because Jarvis is kind of like making a beeline for this command tent, like
Yeah,
as Galia and Aragim are coming out of it.
So
hey.
is the party like converging here?
Well, Red is still up by the tent. I don't know if he'd be kind of
Okay,
getting
but-
ready to step out or not.
but-
But
Galia and okay, so at least a bunch
You
of
need a
people.
powwow.
Okay, well, Red's here.
yeah, so you've gathered around this guard, basically.
Excellent.
Who is
Yeah,
looking
Jarvis
kind
is
of,
gonna
kind of boxed in.
Jarvis is gonna report back. They're trying to commandeer our ships, our canoes.
If we're all huddled up like this,
Vessel.
Rakebone is stationed a 4 men outside to secure our boats, and Loris told me that they're going to commandeer them for the effort here, and I'm not having it, so we need to go in and speak to Broken Bow.
Aragim will nod, and he'll like look at Galia and nod his head back towards the tent, and he'll like, can I bonus action, like, I don't know, you said it wasn't really well lit in the tent. Can I sort of hide in the corner?
I mean, you can try to.
Can I like walk in as well with him so it like I
Yeah.
can the distraction?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to be serious about my prior suggestion. I'll say, Galia, or I'll try to say it quietly. Galia, offer him your shield as a gift for the war effort.
Yes, that is a good idea. Perhaps we could make the trade. I like that. And then she'll go in, holding Eclipse, which she probably painted all fresh and new with a Lathander symbol when they had that time to rest the night before.
Mm-hmm. And he's in here just kind of standing like, why are you walking back in? Like, I just dismissed you, you were leaving. Like,
Well, it's just that we heard that you needed more supplies and that you were taking our boats, so I would like to present to you this holy blessed shield of Lathander that gives you protection, that it sends any missiles defensively to field defense. Please, it is magical.
I need you to make a serious deception check.
Well, she didn't lie. She said it's a magical shield.
You said it draws the missiles to it.
Well, I thought you
I'll
said.
still do it.
Okay, yeah, okay, no. Like, I thought you were saying that, like,
Okay.
like it sent the missiles out away.
Oh, yeah, I'll
like,
say
I thought that's
that
what you were
instead.
saying.
Reflects
I like
the
that
reflects
meaning,
arrows.
It
She
makes
said
sense.
deflects.
Okay,
I think that
Oh,
yeah. Deflect seems like a.
she didn't say from or to. It's
Yeah.
nicely vague.
He's going to just kind of look at you, and yeah, he'll reach out and take your shield.
Rip in peace Eclipse.
I mean, you can always get it back after he's dead.
Like, he'll take it and he'll set it down on the table, and he'll say, "Well, we can definitely put that to use here. I'll just make
Now,
sure
break
it's
bone.
distributed to my men. Are you kind of calling from outside the tent?
No, I
Ross?
followed Galia,
okay.
and I left a
Yeah.
little message. I don't know if that was seen, or if you want to do anything about, if the guards are going to do anything about that.
Okay. Like, I think if you stepped forward, like they're kind of starting to get so I think they would just kind of they're not putting a sword in front of you or whatever, but they are very much ready. This is a lot of you crowding around this tent suddenly.
Now, Breakbone, you need this order your men to stand down, take them away from our boats. You're not commandeering them. You don't have authority here.
And he's going to, as you say that, he's going to just kind of stand a little taller. He's going to put a hand, on the sword that's on the table. And he's going to say, this is my camp. I have all of the authority here.
Now, Breakbone, I respect your rank. You're a colonel. However, I am on a mission. I'm a quipper of the Salt Legion, and I am on a mission to protect the surface from the Russian tide. And if you're going to hinder that mission, that makes you an enemy of the surface. Now, order your men to stand down.
He's
Or
just
treat
going.
you as such.
He's just going to look at you and I'm on a mission too, son. And my mission is to rid this jungle of the undead. I'm bringing the light into the darkness of this forest. And you and your mission, I won't stop it, but I am taking your boats.
Now wait.
Then you mark yourself an enemy of the surface. I pick up my my pike, and I'm ready to fight. No, not my pike, my blade.
Oh, well then it's probably time to roll some initiative.
Yikes.
Galia, make sure you remove your shield from your armor class.
Yes, I did. Why am I sad? Sad 16.
Alright.
Oh, sad 16.
Hey, I'm at 16. And you have hit points.
And now I can't protection anybody either because I don't have a shield anymore. So.
Let me roll some initiative for these
I was
guys.
hoping you'd pick it up.
Seems too far away now. Maybe we'll get lucky and he picks up the shield.
Him. These guys. We need the guards on the walls.
I should move actually inside of the tent.
Yeah, I moved myself to the side there.
Yeah. Be right in the entrance.
Oh, I told you would be inside this tent as well. Let's see. Probably don't need to give the goats a turn.
Yeah.
Alright, that should be good to start with. I think that's
Holy
everyone.
schmoly, Batman.
Breakbone is up first. Alright. He is going to... If I can get his character sheet to open. There we go. Alright. He is going to just kind of step towards Jarus. And he also has, like, he's picked up this...
Shield.
No, he's picked up the greatsword that was laying on the table, and he's going to swing it twice at Jarus. So 19 and a 7. So for 10 damage.
Yep.
All right. Red would be up next.
So is it safe to assume that I know what's going on, or do I need to?
I
It was
think
pretty loud.
I think it was pretty loud.
Wait.
I think people are kind of leaping to action here.
While you're deciding, were those raptor things that we fought CR 1/4, or are they higher?
Let me double check.
The Utah rep.
Yeah. I don't remember offhand, so I just have to look at their. Character sheet. They are challenge rating 2.
Okay, so never mind.
So this doesn't say anything about having to see my target. So understanding that well, I don't know for sure if Gallia still has her shield.
That is definitely
But if
something
fighting
you would
is-
not know.
But if fighting is breaking out, and I had suggested that she offer it to the commander, I was thinking I would cast that and choose her as the target. Now I don't see anything about saying that she has to be visible. It just says in range, so I'm not sure about that.
You know, it's kind of funny. I was just about to cast that on myself.
Yeah, I'll say that's fair. Yeah, you've got Shield of Faith for up to 10 minutes.
So I assume that can't stack. I can't cast
Nope.
another shield myself. Okay.
But I'll give you a nice little blue dot. And well, no, actually, you know what? I'll actually give you like a shield icon, so you know you've got Shield of Faith. There you go.
Cool. Just feel more light.
All right. Well, that was a bonus action. Ready to say, "Oh boy, here we go," and he's going to pull out his hammer and shield and swing at the guard beside him.
All right.
Let's see. I don't think there's anything special here. No divine favor. All right.
A 4 is going to miss. Right. Let's see. Quilgok. Quilgok is going to take his movement and hop on Deadly Treasure, seeing Red swing his sword or axe or whatever it is at Hammer. The one thing I did not say. So he'll hop on Deadly Treasure, and so that is his action, basically. Let's see. Get any movement with that. I'm gonna say. Let's see. Does mounting count? Does anybody remember offhand if mounting counts as a action or here we go. Mount a creature that is within 5 feet. It's half your speed. Okay, perfect. All right, and then he can command Deadly Treasure. So Deadly Treasure is going to kind of come running over here this way.
I don't know if I can yell to say cut off the front of the tent.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll just kind of run this way. All right. Asa is up.
Actually, there is a wolf that nobody saw coming, and it's growling at the nearest guard there.
Nice.
Ah!
And that's an action.
You give me a reason.
So something like that.
There we go.
All right. Let's see. Tongi's in this tent. I don't think he knows what is going on. He's getting mended currently. Let's see. The guard here at the... man, there's going to be... I think he's going to deal with Jairus, because that is the direct threat to his...
Not the dino.
superior.
Oh, fair.
Currently. So he is going to... this guy does not have a shield. So he's going to use his longsword and swing it with both hands at Jairus. And then he's going to pivot from that and swing against Deadly Treasure. Both of which are going to miss.
So that swing probably took the front of the tent off.
Close to it, yeah. Like it probably sliced through some of the canvas and... yeah, which is probably why it missed. It probably got caught up a little bit in that and did not do too well. Let's see, this guard... he does not really have line of sight right now, so I'm going to say that he is just kind of investigative and is not doing anything at this moment. As are... Let's see, this guard is just really going to kind of see... He actually would have line of sight. I think he's going to kind of yell something at his companions, and they're going to kind of like ready their weapons down here. They're not running in. This guy is going to kind of like command them, and they're going to secure the boats even tighter. Volo is going to see what's happening, and he is going to run the opposite direction into the camp, just trying to get away from combat.
It really should be a verb. He's going to volo.
He's going to Volo. There's something over here! I need to use the privy!
Yeah.
I'll be back to help momentarily! Galia is up.
Okay. So what I was thinking of doing... So first I'm gonna use one more of my channel divinity to give myself a +2 to my weapon and +2 to +2 with the holy weapon paladin feature, and that's my action. And then I think I'm going to cast Compelled Duel on Stone Face.
It's getting better and better.
Okay.
So it's a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, let me do that for him. And it's a... What is the spell check?
Wisdom. So is that against my wisdom score?
It's against whatever your spell saving
Got a spell DC.
It's
Dang.
8 plus proficiency plus charisma, I think.
That's 12. So he.
And it's
He passed.
at the top of your
Yeah.
character sheet spell page.
So. Okay.
Now, I did specifically say that he does not have plate armor on.
Mhm.
His token currently shows that it does, so I need to remove that real quick. Alright, let's see. This other guy is going to... He's also going to use his double attack. He has a shield. He's going to swing once at red and once at the dinosaur. So that is going to be 15 against red. And that is going to be 11 against deadly treasure.
Ouch.
Lorsa, who kind of ran in, is just gonna, like, no, everybody, put your weapons down, and is just gonna kind of, like, don't hurt him, and she's.
Oh.
I don't think she's going to do any attacks this turn. This guard, however, is pretty aware of what is going on. Sorry, were you going to say something, Brad?
Yep, Gallia doesn't feel quite as protected as she did a second ago.
Oh, you had to use concentration. No more spiritual shields on Gallia. This guard is going to see what's going on. He's going to take his crossbow, or I'm sorry, his spear that he has up there, and he is going to throw at Hildok on the back of this deadly treasure. That's going to miss. This one's going to do the same, but he's going to throw it at the wolf that just appeared. That is a critical miss. It goes wide.
I think they might be going wide because there is something that draws projectiles.
Does it have to be in someone's hand?
Aragem is up.
Yeah, so what Aragam's going to do is he's going to move here, right behind this duder. He's going to pull out, well, he's already had his rapier ready. So he is going to stab him at the base of the spine, or at least attempt to. The 12?
12 is going to miss.
Okay. And then he's going to, as... He's actually going to spend his inspiration to re-roll that? Is that what... Does that give you advantage, or do I re-roll it?
Yeah, it's
advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
You have to declare before.
Okay.
He had advantage from thinking.
Yeah. Yes, and also from being hidden. So, yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action to sort of crawl under the table and hide.
Okay.
24.
That beats some passive perception things going on there. That spear is going to go wide of anyone that he could possibly have thrown that at.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I can't see Gramps' token right now. I don't know.
Oh, I think it got
Where
buried
it-
under...
It's under deadly treasure.
I think it's under deadly treasure.
Oh, yeah, I found him. So he's going to fly into the tent, and he's going to give Jarrus advantage with the help action.
Okay, and Gramp should be at the front of the layers now, so that should help him up.
Okay.
Or actually, he's technically flanked with me behind him, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So I'll give it to Gallia instead, because he already has advantage.
Okay. Speaking of Jarrus, Jarrus is up.
All right. I'm just going to, as reaching for the wound that from the great sword slash that happened so long ago. Bone break. You're more than a disappointment. You're a traitor. And I rage, and I actually turn my back to him, and I'm going to attack this one at advantage because I'm flanking with the wolf.
You are flanking with the wolf.
Okay. Advantage and with rage. So that's a 19 to hit for 10 slashing.
That will hit for 10 slashing.
And I will do it again with my action surge. 21 for 16 damage. Woo!
That will also hit. That's going to bloody this guard. Breakbone is going to just kind of yell something like, he's just going to kind of yell back at Jarvis like you don't even know. You don't even know what horror means.
You haven't even seen how disappointing I can be yet.
He's just gonna you have to have men who can use their primordial instinct to kill out here without judgment. And he's going to swing his. Let's see. Yeah, he'll use his greatsword, and he's just gonna swing twice at Jarvis. It's a 15
hits.
And that is a 24. He's rolling really good.
This
So
is
for
so
another
painful.
19 damage.
That's actually half to 5 damage and then 9 damage. Or sorry, 4 damage.
Okay.
Because of my rage.
Excellent. Well, you could grab it off the table.
Yeah.
Free object interaction.
Red is up.
See, I'm trying to remember. I think you guys discussed this in the last one. I believe it's a bonus action for me to use a potion, right?
It was an action to give it to someone else. I don't know if it's a bonus action to use it yourself.
Bonus action to imbibe, action to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
As you stated.
Right, well, that's for me. Boop, boop. And then... I am going to... Let's see here. Thinking attacking, but... Yeah, I will attack one more time. I'll attack this guard. My hammer. I'm going to use my inspiration, which has been sitting around forever.
14 is not going to hit.
Yay!
Quilgok is going to command Deadly Treasure with flanking, so with advantage, to... let's see, what is he going to try to do? He's after this guard who's bloodied. He's going to whip it with the tail of the creature. These spikes are going to embed themselves in this guy, and as Deadly Treasure whips his tail backwards, this guy is going to go flying and come unlodged and get flung right past Lorsa, who's just going to kind of duck out of the way and just fly into one of the pilings over here and just slump on the ground bloody and dead. All right. Aza is up. Who is in full form currently?
Yes. And Aza will move... she can move through Deadly Treasure, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can move through a friendly space. Yep. You just can't stay there.
Yeah. Going to pop over here, so that guy is flanked with Jarvis.
You get advantage anyways.
Yeah, I get pack tactics for Wolf, but I want Jarvis to have advantage if he needs it.
Thank you.
And she will attempt to bite this fellow. That's a 20.
20 will hit for 6 damage.
Yes.
Let's see. I think at this point that guy flying across this expanse has made some noise, and the guy you rescued is going to burst out of the tent to look around, see what is going on. He's going to see that you are engaged in combat.
Take out the guys on the tower.
Yeah, you know what? He'll whip around and he's going to use a longbow.
I thought he wasn't on our side. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's going to shoot.
Well done.
One of the guards for 4 damage with his longbow. This guy is going to. He's going to hit at the wolf, I think, who just attacked him with his two-handed sword. That's a 17.
That hits.
All right. Having hit, he's going to swing one more time at you with another 17. So that's 13 damage.
Okay, so I will revert to Aza at -2.
That is his turn. Alright. I think this guard is going to be looking around, seeing Yutongi shoot at someone. He's just going to yell, like, I think undead attacking! He's just, like, looking around. Like, he doesn't quite know because he doesn't have line of sight on anything. Seeing that guard fly through the air, these guys are going to kind of entrench a little bit more. Like they've got like spears ready. They're like ready to fight anyone off who comes this way. Like I think these two guys. Well, this guy is going to move up just a little bit to kind of prepare, and he's gonna take the defend action. That's what all of these guys down here at the boat are going to do. Volo is just booking it.
Following.
Yeah, he's nowhere to be found. We're taking him out of the combat currently. All right, Golia.
Okay. I'm going to take a swing with my Great Axe Dawn Rise at him, the stone face. And then Gramps was flanking, so I think I get that advantage.
He was helping.
He's assisting.
Right.
Helping. Oh, okay.
That is going to miss, unfortunately for you.
Okay, and then... Yeah, that's gonna be all I'm gonna do.
Alright. This guy is dead. Lorsa is going to... she's just like, no! Stop it! Everybody stop! But she is going to pull out her short sword. And she's going to swing at Deadly Treasure with it twice. Those are both going to hit for 12 damage. See, this guard is going to throw another spear. He's going to throw this one directly at Quilgok again. They have a supply of spears up here on this thing. 13 is going to miss. This guard is going to throw a spear over at Tongi because he's been attacked from that direction. That's going to miss. And my computer will catch up. All right. Arrogant.
You're muted, I think.
Thank you. Sorry. Arrogant is going to rinse and repeat. He's going to try this again. He's going to dodge out from underneath the table, and this time just try and slash it as Achilles' heel with the tip of his rapier. Ooh, natural 20. Advantage.
That will hit.
I am going to roll rapier damage. Oh, not great. 5. And then I'm going to roll sneak attack twice. So 18 total damage.
All right.
And then I am going to sort of spin around with my dagger and hit with a 20, hopefully. And
Yep.
and do 3 extra damage, so 21 total damage to him, like right where the back of his knee and the beginning of his shin start, from the backside. Just gonna stab in there. His calf. I'm gonna stab into his calf with my dagger.
Yeah, he's not wearing armor, so that definitely works.
Not
Good.
bloody though.
Not bloody though. This guard is going to throw a spear at Utongi.
What's the 3 extra damage worth it?
Vili is going to come running out as well. Let's see, she has her own set of stuff that she can do if her character sheet will open for me. Alright. She's going to use her longbow and shoot one of the guards as well. That is going to hit. I believe. No, that does not hit. I'm sorry. Oh. Alright. And Rana is going to kind of poke her head out, but she does not really have anything to fight with, so she's just kind of.
Does she not have an axe anymore?
I
I think.
took Dawn Rise back.
Did you
I
take it
think
back?
she gave. I think she gave the axe back. So Jaris.
I'm going to second wind and just shout out something along the lines of, "I will not be killed so easily." Great. And then I'll attack this guy with advantage for flanking. 14 to hit.
14 is not going to do it, unfortunately. So this guy is going to run up here and take the defend action.
Is he wearing armor?
Which one?
Breakbone.
No.
He has more than. Never mind.
The ones we're fighting, they have better than 14.
Oh, is he not attacking Breakbone?
No, I was attacking the guard.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. He is going to he's going to use his leadership. And he's just going to yell a command to this guy who is near him. And basically this guy is going to have he's going to have a D4 on anything that it does from here on out, basically. So let's mark him with something as far as that. All right. But that is his action, is to call that out. All right. Red is up.
So I just want to make sure I have a question.
Mhm.
So I can use guided strike to bolster an attack roll. I just want to find out if you would believe that using guiding bolt would be an attack, since I have to make an attack roll for it.
Guiding
I don't
light.
know if that's
I'm
considered
sorry,
an
what
attack or not.
did you? What was the spell that you wanted me to check? I'm sorry.
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
It's a ranged attack, or at least it's treated as a ranged attack. So I don't know.
That's definitely an attack, then.
That's definitely an attack. Yeah. If it works on an attack, I don't know why it wouldn't work on that.
Yeah. Alright, well. So I'm going to step in front of the tent. Survey what's going on. Now I can... Using the guided strike is optional depending on the... I can see the roll, you just don't tell me if it hits or not. So I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, level 2. Oh, fuck.
A 6 definitely does
Damn
not
it.
hit. A critical miss does not hit.
Yeah, but so that's critical miss period? Or if I added 10?
I mean, a critical.
Like
a
you're
critical
saying,
miss,
if it is a crit, it's just gonna miss?
a crit miss or a crit fail is always a miss.
Oh yeah. Alright, I'll forget it then.
Yeah.
That is my action. Bonus action. I will healing word Jarus.
Okay. Oh no.
Thought I fixed that. I guess not.
Is that one that you have to flip between an attack and a?
Well, I'll have to re-add it, I believe.
All right.
I did re-add it.
Well, while you're doing that, Quilgok is going to get deadly treasure here
4 jars.
Thank you.
to whip with his tail. I don't believe he will have advantage this time
Against whom?
against this veteran down here.
Okay.
That's going to miss.
Oh.
Aza.
Could use your guiding word for that.
Hatch is not happy that Larsa has taken a shot at her lizard friend. So Hatch is going to give a beak attack with advantage against Larsa.
That will
So
miss.
14. Okay. And then Aza will attack the paladin there
Actually, I'm
again.
sorry, that will hit. I was looking at the wrong bubble. Sorry. 4 damage.
And a shout of a sentence or two is free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aza is going to shout out that we came into this jungle on a mission from the city. What are they called? Not elders.
The Merchant Princes.
Princes.
On a mission from the merchant princes, and your captain is attacking us. So I just want to give that to all of the other guards who might be having thoughts.
Just roll a persuasion check to go with that, just to see kind of if that does how that plays.
Persuade. It's only a 12.
12. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, and then she will take a bonus action to shillelagh and swing it at the paladin.
Okay.
So 19
That will
for
definitely hit.
3.
Still, that will hit. All right. Your friend from the jungle.
Water trick.
Yeah, he's going to shoot another arrow up into the tower here. And hit. Man, this guy is he's doing good work for you. That's gonna bloody this guard up here.
He's tired.
This guy really wanted to get advantage, but he does have a plus a d4 on whatever happens here. So he is going to swing at, I think, at Aza again with his long sword. That's a 23, which I think will hit you.
That will hit. -4.
Alright, let's see. So it's on an attack or a saving throw. So he does not need to add the d4 to that because that already hits. So that is 4 damage. He's going to swing it again at Jarus, kind of spinning around and swinging at Jarus. 22 for 6 damage.
That does hit, reduced to 3.
Alright. We're going to skip these guards up in those towers. These guys are all taking a defend action. Galia.
Oh shoot! I forgot to mention my bird boy is doing the same thing for Galia.
Gotcha. That seems fair.
Right. And I forgot to include last time. I mean, I assume an 11 wouldn't have hit Stone Face anyway, but
Right,
I have
breakbone,
the
correct.
+2.
It's the new parent. Nice.
Okay, does a 20 hit?
A 20 will hit him, yes.
For 9 damage.
9 damage.
And then, as a free action, can I pull my hood off?
Before you do that, he is going to parry. Actually, it doesn't matter, because it still hits. Never mind, sorry. Continue. What was your free action?
Pulling the hood off for the dramatic horn reveal.
Yeah. That's fine.
Stop attacking. Just basically, she wants to try to get him to stop attacking Jaras and start attacking her. And so, showing she's a demon-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn of the demon, you shall die.
Yeah, he definitely sees it. Lorsa, it does not like getting bit by Hatch. She's going to turn around and swipe at him with her short sword. And she's just kind of yelling like, "Stop it! Stop it!" Like, she gets 2 attacks at him for 8 damage.
And he's down.
No!
This guard is going to throw another spear at this stupid Utongi who's hitting him a bunch. He really does not like that. That's going to miss, though. These guards are pretty terrible up here.
Good for us.
Yeah, same thing. 22 is going to hit Utongi. Alright, these guards in the back just, like, they don't know what to do. Arrogam.
Arrogam is going to he's gonna go at it again. He's going to he's gonna swing his rapier. He was sort of down before, and he stands up, and now he's gonna go for the spine stab again, trying to end this guy's life. 20.
20 will hit.
Ooh, 10 piercing, and then we'll do sneak attack. 18 total damage.
Very nice.
And then I will... yeah, I'll dagger again. Why not? 17
That'll hit.
for 4 damage. So 22 total damage.
You're going to sink this dagger into his back, and this guy is going to kind of collapse to his knees.
So, Arrogam, he sort of stabs him at the base of the spine, pulls the rapier out, and just sort of whirls around, and he sort of slashes him, dealing the final blow. And the old guy, Breakbone, is standing there, and he sheaths his dagger and sheaths his rapier, and he says, "Omae wa mo hindeiru." and Breakbone falls to the ground.
All right.
You said what?
It's a meme. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I couldn't resist.
I got you.
Just like draconic or something?
You are already dead.
It's you're already dead. You just didn't know it. We'll say it's in Gnomish.
As Breakbone hears this meme, and he falls to the ground, he's just going to kind of whisper out loud, the horror, as he dies. Arrogam can do some memes, I'll do some more Apocalypse Now callbacks. See, this guard is going to throw at stupid Utongi. That's gonna
Was
miss.
it from the Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, that's what Colonel Kurtz. If you didn't notice, this whole thing was very Apocalypse Now.
Well, I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
After the Colonel has died, you see him like on the floor muttering the horror.
Oh, okay.
I may have gone back to rewatch it before this session just to make sure I had. I like, not gonna lie, I literally have a notebook full of like quotes and stuff from it that I've been trying to use throughout. So. Vili, sorry, we'll get back to this combat. Vili is going to longbow the stupid guard up on the tower. That's gonna hit, and that's going to be enough to kill him. Even with a 3, that's gonna be enough to kill him. There we go. Oh, maybe there we go. Alright. Great. Jairus is up.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to grapple this guard that we've been trying to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Now that what's his buddy's dead.
Broken fist.
Glass nose. So this is a strength roll at advantage. 22.
22, he will try to resist that. With a 21, but he is grappled.
All right, I've got him grappled, and I'm going to sort of drag him. I am going to move into his space. He is going to be pushed to here.
Okay, I'm sorry. To which space?
This space.
All right. So you kind of grapple with him and move.
Yep. And then coming out of the tent, I am going to just shout out to the tent. Not to the tent, to the camp. The traitor Brownbreak is dead. Stand down. And that's my turn.
All right. Roll a persuasion check real quick and see if anybody even believes you or not.
I want it to be an intimidation. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. It's a little better.
All right, yeah. I think most of the guards are going to kind of hear this and like see what's going on. Like they're gonna lower their weapons. Like I think this veteran that you've got a hold of is still fighting you. But I think we can take most of these guards out of combat with you. Alright, Breakbone is dead, so Red, you are up. I'm just going to take them out of combat. You don't need to bother with them. They don't need to be on the map.
Okay. Because I was going to do about the same thing.
Yeah. Like they're just kind of standing down. The only ones who are still kind of left are these guys here at the boat. Like there is a paladin out there who's kind of like yelling at them like, "Don't listen," kind of thing.
I will attempt the same thing, although more directed to the. Did I hear the guy at the boat, or is that far away?
You can roll a perception and see if you might have heard him. Like I think it's kind of lost in the sound of battle from where you are.
I would like to try and figure out if I heard that as well.
All right, yeah, please. Yeah, I mean, I'll say with a 10, I'll make the DC a 10 on it. I mean, yeah, so Aza would definitely have heard it. Faint.
Well, I mean, I'll do about the same thing that Jarvis did, but I'll intimidate, but as a soldier with a commanding presence. And Red will say, "Soldiers of the Order of the whatever the hell you are,
Order of the Gauntlet.
Order of the Gauntlet. Lay down your weapons. We're not here to kill all of you. We're freeing you from this tyranny that you've lived under. We want to help you guys and try to get you out of here to safety instead of just dying in filth out here. So put your weapons down." And
Yeah, you
I'll
can
try
roll,
to do it like as a commanding.
Yeah, if you want to do, I'll allow either persuasion or intimidation for that, depending how you are feeling. So.
Oh well.
All right. Quilgok is going to have Deadly Treasure whip his tail around in between everyone here at this guard, this paladin.
He has advantage.
Well, he'll do some damage. The spikes on the tail are going to crush through this guy's armor a little bit. That's going to bloody him.
Wow.
That was a good shot to not take Jarvis's arms off at the same time.
Yeah, and Quilgok is just going to kind of yell like, do we want to get out of here? Because he doesn't know the plan. He's just helping.
Yeah.
Aza is up.
We're almost finished. Bonus action.
Like, all
Healing
Quilgok
word.
knows is, like you guys just suddenly, started killing these people. But he's working for you.
Oh, nice. 6 hit points for Hatch. He's back at full.
There you go.
Nice.
And I think you guys have got this. So Aza is going to walk towards the front over here.
Okay, you will take
With-
an attack of opportunity.
He's grappled.
Oh, that's
Still gets away.
But I think
I
he
think-
still gets... Let me look up.
It's still attack.
It's at disadvantage, but
Yeah.
it still gets
Is it a disadvantage? Like,
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
it just stops him. There's no movement, but there is no... he is not restrained. He is just grappled. Restrained...
oh, so okay, so there's no advantage, right?
Yeah, yep.
I have to be able to. There's a feat to be able to pin him, and then that makes him restrained.
Okay, she'll just whack him with the shillelagh then.
Okay.
I'll
20,
whack him.
22 is definitely going to hit him.
For 7.
All right.
Stop fighting! Stop fighting!
Tongi is going to see that the guards kind of lower their weapons, and he's going to just kind of ready an arrow, and, if anybody comes at you guys... Because, I don't know that he can really shoot well through Deadly Treasure and
Yeah.
company. So he's just kind of ready in action. The veteran here is going to... he's just going to yell something about, killing the leader or something. And he's going to take his longsword and swing it at Aza. 21
That's a hit.
and a 22.
Yo, mama.
So 24 damage against Aza.
That's all of it.
Oh, Aza is down. Alright. Let's see. These guards are going to... I think they're going to... They're just gonna rush in, seeing what's going on. Lorsa's kind of yelling at them, get in here, kind of thing. And so they're gonna run forward. This one is going to stab at Deadly Treasure. that is 7 damage. Alright. This guy out here is going to run forward. He's going to pull out a crossbow, and he's going to shoot it at Red. Well, no, actually, he'll shoot it at Koldak. Because there's a giant dinosaur in the middle of everybody. 10 is going to miss. This guard is going to run forward and kind of set up right here to... No, actually, he'll run in. He'll run in. He can get to here, but he's under. He's not on top. All right. Galia is up.
Okay. If I try to get like over here, am I gonna take an opportunity attack of some kind?
You should
There's
not. There's nothing there that can do that.
So I'm assuming I just kind of
You're not standing beside someone.
just like that.
Yeah, I mean that's too many feet, but I mean you can move through your friends' spaces. There's ways that you can get there.
Okay. So I just get on, and I just really want him to go down. So I'm gonna swing at him with my axe dawnrise.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
Two-handed,
that was
of course.
That was with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 is
Well, it
not
would have been
going
a
to
13.
hit, but if you have advantage, you can roll.
So a 14, does that hit?
No, it does not.
Okay, then that's the end of my turn.
Like Lorsa is just kind of like screaming and crying and like angry that Breakbone is dead. She is going to kind of go into a little bit of a rage. Not that she
No.
not
She
that
just
not that she has a rage
On the
mechanic,
spot.
but she's going to try to take it out on the stupid Axebeak, as what she calls it. Do either of those hit a 6 or an 11? The 11 does. 5 damage against Hatch. She's kind of like, why won't you stay down to it kind of thing, as she is flailing her short sword around. So that guard is dead. Arigem.
Alrighty. Arrogant can't see much of nothing, so he's going to move out as soon as it stops lagging. Okay, that gives me a better picture of what's going on. So there's one bad guy here, there's someone up there, and someone right there. He's bloodied. That looks pretty well handled. Arigim, let's see, that was... He'll use his bonus action to dash behind this guy and strike at him with a rapier.
Can you move that far?
With the bonus action dash, I
cutting
definitely
action.
can.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Gramps literally does not have sight, does he?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Sorry.
What is what is his thing?
120. Yeah. Let's see. Loris is attacking people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So in that case, Arigim is going to sort of slide underneath Deadly Treasure. As he does, he'll incant some words, and he'll sort of twirl his blade over his head as he exits the underneath of Deadly Treasure, and green flame will wreathe over my blade, and
Green flame.
and he will stab at this guy. 19. So that deals 11 piercing damage to this guy right here, and then 2 fire damage leaps over to Loris.
Alright, that's going to kill that first guy.
Yeah. So as he makes the plunging jab at this guy, it goes in through his eye, and as it exits the back of his skull, the sort of flame will coalesce at the tip and just launch itself at Loris.
Okay. And what does Loris Is that
2 fire damage.
2 fire damage? Sorry, thank you. Sorry, my table is really lagging for some reason.
A lot of tokens.
I'm lagging as well. So.
All right, Vili is going to. She's going to shoot at this guard that's in the doorway. I guess. I think that seems like a thing that she would do with her longbow. You know, actually, she's going to run up to him and she's going to stab him with her short sword twice. She's tired of shooting stuff. She wants to be in close range. She's a tiefling.
Is he on the tower, or was he down on the ground?
He's down on the ground. He was running in.
Oh, okay.
The 22 will hit for 4 damage. Oh, 6 damage.
I thought he
Sorry.
was on the tower.
Rana is just kind of hanging out, trying to be safe. Jarvis is up.
All right. I am going to let go of this guy because grapple is a lot less good than I was. And I am just going to swing at him with advantage, using my glaive choked up on the up to the front top of it. Because he put down as a 21 for 9.
Yeah, that'll do some solid damage. You cleave some nice, like almost down to the bone, I would say, somewhere, kind of wherever you were aiming.
I'm looking for a kink and just put it in there. Not a kink, like an opening. I get his shoulder, not his shoulder, his armpit. I just right up in his armpit.
Yeah, like you hit ribs with it, basically. Excellent. Yeah, Red.
Ribs. We're gonna eat well tonight, boys.
Oh, jeez.
Human paladin rib dinner.
I'm going to...
Maybe Red's been in the jungle too long.
Arrogant's teeth are sharp for a reason.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a healing word towards Asa.
Yay.
Asa is no longer down.
Just in time.
And...
It was almost time for death saves.
Yep. Yeah, I only have enough to move here, so
All right.
I
Yeah, you're
will.
by this bloodied guard.
Yep. Going to attack. I was just trying to decide. Yeah, I'm going to attack, but I'm going to do non-lethal.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm not flanked or anything, so.
It's so nice of you to do non-lethal.
That is going to do it. He goes down as you bonk him on the head with your mace.
Oh,
Something like that.
Hammer.
Hammer. Yeah.
Where's
All
that
right.
one? Oh, right. I'm doing the Swiss strength.
Quilgok is tired of Lorsa and her prattling behind him. Deadly Treasure is going to just hit. Excellent. Hit Lorsa, and she is going to take 11 damage, and these spikes are going to they're going to kill her. She is down. She's just gonna kind of like look down as they hit, and she's gonna be like, "Oh man!" As she kind of sinks to the ground.
That's not groovy.
All right, Asa.
Sorry, it would be bad trip, man. Asa will spend half her movement to stand up, and then shillelagh this jerk again. 10's not gonna do it.
10 will not do it.
I think she will bonus action herself a healing word too.
Okay. So fair. Togi's going to run over here, see this veteran guy, and loose a shot at him. 17 is going to hit, I believe, for 8 damage.
Not true.
Alright. This veteran who is still standing over here, barely, he's going to swing with his longsword at Asa. Knock you down once. 7. And he's going to pivot around as he does that and swing at Jarrus as well. With a 20 for 3. Are you still raging, or are you...
Yeah, well, how long has it been? I think I'm still reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about 5 turns or so.
Yeah, so half damage, I'm sure.
Yep.
We're on round 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
You're almost done, though.
This guy has only got a +5, and he's rolled at 20, a 19, a 22.
He's had really good rolls.
He's taking all our rolls.
This guy is going to come running in. He is going to, he is not showing any fear, and he sees red, maybe both literally and figuratively. And he is going to swing with his longsword at red. A 15
Nope.
and a 9.
Nope.
So this guy is not blessed with the quality rules of Lathander that...
Not rolled that great either.
Yeah. Alright, and Galia is up. Don't forget your microphone is way over there.
Thank you. I will do the great axe swing and pray.
'21
Nice.
will hit.
Try one more time in case you crit.
Will that finish him, or should I?
Well, let me ask you
Never
this.
mind.
Let me ask you this. Did you, when you say that you prayed, did you actually want to utter a prayer to Lathander as in character, or were you just kind of...
Oh no, that was just kind of a.
Alright. Well, this will finish him, so if Galia wants to say anything or describe how this happened, that would be fine.
I feel like she just kind of does it. She doesn't feel like this is just kind of disturbing for her, is the fact that everybody's kind of mowing down these paladins, and so she's just kind of morose and quiet.
Alright. Yeah. Fair enough. Let's see, this guard is also going to run in and stand in solidarity. And is going to swing at Aragim. And critically miss. Aragim.
Gramps is going to sort of fly into his face and flap his wings around, and while he's doing that, Aragim's going to put the dagger behind his knee and sort of just try and hamstring him. So we'll do it with the dagger attack first. This is technically still my offhand, so we're not going to add the 21. That is 3 damage.
Okay.
And as I do that, I'll spin around and just try and put the rapier in his gut. Oh, let me roll sneak attack actually. Alright, so that's 8. And then rapier. 15.
15 is not going to be enough to hit.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, Arrogant sits there like...
That's
Like,
kind of creepy.
I'm sorry. He like just finished stabbing this guy, and he looks up, and the guy's still standing. So he's like, "Oh fuck."
Vili is going to kind of let's see. She's going to pivot around so that she gets advantage on this guy. Pivot. short sword twice. That's an 18 and a 14. The 18 is going to hit for 5. All right, Jarus.
Jarus starts to run up onto Deadly Treasure, bounding over him.
Okay.
To land right behind Aragim and just crush this guy underneath him. Using the rules that we had before, where if he's in my reach, I can still flank, I'm going to come down and with my glaive stab at this guard here.
Okay.
I like the idea of Jar's just walking up and attacking like normal because Arrogant's so short.
I'm attacking over red, actually.
25 will hit.
So that's 10. Yep.
Yep. Excellent. Red.
Wait, I'm going to do the same thing I did before for these guys. 'Cause I don't know if they would have been around to hear before.
Okay.
So I'm going to, again, shout, let's end this. We don't have to kill everybody here. Put your weapons down. Okay,
I mean, valiant
that's my
effort.
action.
Quilgok cannot really get in there to do anything, so I think Deadly Treasure is going to kind of like prance around and like, kind of like snorting into the air, looking for anyone.
Doesn't he have a crossbow?
Oh yeah, actually, Quilgok could attack. Good call. Yeah, Quilgok on the back. Sorry, I was like, Deadly Treasure can't get in, but Quilgok will shoot a crossbow into this guard. It's a great call. Sorry, for some reason it's rolling into my private chat. It's a whisper, and that's a 3 that he just rolled, which is going to miss. Aza is up.
Aza will step forward enough to get a decent line of sight here, and she will shout, "The innocents still in this camp will need protection on the way back to Port Nyanzaru. Stop fighting!" So that's a persuade, I imagine,
Yes.
which I'm not good at. Nope. And she will toss a little ball of flame at this guy.
Okay. That
Is
will
a 21 hit.
Very much so.
That's 3. No, I don't have any advantage for that.
All right. Tongi is going to, I think, just take a couple of steps back, just to kind of clear his vision here a little bit, and he's going to shoot at this guard with his longbow for 6 damage. I think Tongi is like your hero of this.
I know, we gotta keep him around now. Offer him.
Session.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I don't know. He wants our experience points.
Yeah, you can start leveling up.
I was gonna say he's gonna take some of your experience points. Just want them. This guy over here. He is going to swing at red with his longsword.
$17 does hit.
All right, and I'm assuming the 23 does as well for 19 total damage.
No, the higher numbers those miss.
If it gets too far away from the armor class on either side, it's a miss.
Yeah, it's like a Thaco thing, like the old days or something, right?
Galia, you're up.
Can I put my axe away as kind of an action, or as a free bonus action? Does that count for that? Or
It's an object interaction.
It's yeah,
Free
basically,
action,
yeah. It's a free
It's free.
action.
and then I'm going to kind of walk near Aza to give her a healing lay on hands for 11 points.
Excellent.
And then finally, because that was only like 10 feet, then the rest of my movement, I'm gonna go back to the tent to get Eclipse.
Yep. Excellent. This guard is basically that wonderful shield is laying on the table. This guy is going to stab at, I believe, Aragim, who stabbed at him. With an 8.
That's a miss.
Alright, Aragim.
Arrogant will return the favor. Pops is gonna give him. Sorry, Gramps, not Pops. It's not my papa. It's Grandpa. He'll attack him. 13.
No.
Okay. Then he'll swing around with a dagger for 22.
That'll hit.
Okay. So 6 damage.
That'll kill the guy.
Isn't it 3? Oh, you got a snake. You got it.
Yeah.
That'll kill him.
I don't. Is it 3? Let me check. That is
It's
a
your
good. That's
offhand,
a,
right?
Offhand.
yeah, it's a good. It's a good point.
It's still 11 damage. I'm sure he's dead.
Yeah, he had 2 health points left, so.
Yeah. Well, that whole ancestor thing is really confusing.
Really, her short sword.
Pops and Gramps.
24 will hit critically. Fantastic.
See, I think we should keep Velia around.
11.
Even just for RP purposes with Gallia.
All right, that's
Yeah.
going to bloody this veteran up here. Jarrus.
Jarrus just sort of, looks at this veteran over Red. Red actually got hit pretty bad. I think he'll be fine.
Goes down.
Probably mostly dead.
There's a lot.
I'm actually not. I'm gonna join the pacifist party. I'm gonna do a shove. I'm gonna run over this way, run up here, and push this guy. I think I can push him 5 or 10 feet. I don't remember in that direction with the shove attack.
Yeah, you use your attack action. It's basically a special melee attack. And it can't be larger than you. Use your strength against, and it's 5 feet away from you. It's prone or 5 feet.
Okay, I'm pushing him 5 feet away to protect Red.
Okay.
So I need to make that roll.
And he will contest with athletics because that is his best skill. So
Well-
he's just going to kind of stand his ground.
Well, I'm still gonna say, this fight's over. Stand down. You want me to roll for that?
Yeah, I mean you can. I'm gonna. The check keeps getting maybe a little higher because I think, like
Yeah.
that ship is starting.
Because we ain't persuading him.
Oh, it shouldn't have been advantage. It's still 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's actually what I was gonna say. The DC was so like this guy is going to look at you, and like he sees all the dead bodies. And
He was critically hit a moment ago.
yeah, and he's going to see that like he's got like everyone surrounding him. He's the only one still fighting, and he's going to drop his weapon. And you all are out of combat. Guys, that's probably a good place to call it for tonight. We can kind of deal with the fallout of this next week and see where all you want to go from here.
Galia leaves the party because she hates us.
Ugh.
Uh,
Hey, there were other people trying to do non-lethal damage.
Asa would like to run over to the tent over here and check on the person who warned her, who like told her what was going on,
yeah, they would
just to make sure everything.
yeah, the sister would be in there and all right, like, she'll she'd kind of like, oh, is the fighting done? Like, is it safe out there now? And
We managed to save you a guard.
I mean, there are more guards. There are people who didn't get involved in this battle. There are still
Okay, good.
There are still probably another 40 people in this camp.
And the goats.
You're just not
Fantastic.
seeing.
Yeah, and the goats, very important.
And 4 goats. So,
Save the goats.
Kill them.
So we can send Vola with this party back to the port.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then they're gonna get paid. Like if we're gonna go back to the port,
you do know that, like, if you send Volo with this party, by the time they get back to Port Nianzuru, it will be all about how he saved them, and like the heroics he did here to kill the commander and rescue them, and yeah.
I'm fine with that.
We can just keep Volo with us.
I love how much he pisses you guys off. Like, that makes me very happy. Not gonna lie.
Yes, you can document our battle.
Everyone.
But at some point during one of these battles, if he stays with us, we're gonna have to be behind him so he can't get away.
I mean, we could do the grapple move because that's the one thing it's good for.
Everyone, thank you for watching tonight, guys. Thank you for playing. We'll have more of this next week. We play every Saturday night, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. People are waving their hands.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you next week.
bye.
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 Bye.